work for them, but also just his ability to just
Check,
send
check.
it with complete trust in his team to capitalize off the space. There's no way
Check,
that
check.
you replace Jing as a player with this squad.
What's up, gengs? Halo teman-teman, selamat malam guys.
No one does. This guy's just different, but it just sets up the rest of his team to take him fights. Like Forsaken and Jing are always able to send it in tandem, sometimes separate, and really enable the rest of the team, something especially I think as well, to take really optimal fights and just take over games. Jing is a special caliber of
Alright.
and genuinely, it is amazing to see that 4 years of
Alright guys. Welcome guys. Welcome bro. Peko, welcome guys ya. Kita WP dulu guys. Semoga hari ini bisa memberikan hasil yang maksimal, brother. Alright. Doain guys. Lower bracket run, bro. Malam Bang Rio, malam guys. Terkes gue ada suara WA bro, lupa dimatiin. Matikan dulu guys. Alright. Wah kayak kemarin bang, amin. Semoga hari ini performnya balik ya guys ya. Gue yakin in Paperrex we trust, lower bracket run we trust, brother, oke? Seperti biasa guys. Let's go Paperrex. Paperrex. Lah si Alip bro. Ini play kerja gak sih bawah? Udah gak ada dia. Udah lagi kerja si Alip. Sebenarnya banyak kerjaan nih bro. Gua sekarang vape lagi guys. Gara-gara Mick Marcel. Paperrex win sama dengan kota, gas. Kemarin gue nggak kota, emang nggak ada RP berat, jadi gue nyantai guys kemarin. Gue di kota sebenarnya kemarin. Sekarang udah nggak percaya sama Paperrex bro, liat bro.
Yeah, me too, but it seems to be the majority. I mean, maybe it's off the back as well that the MIBI players like Aspas, he tweeted about saying that he's feeling ill, he's under the weather right now, but still breaking kill records. Still breaking kill records, by the way, when he's feeling under the weather.
He had his Jordan moment,
yeah, Michael Jordan
despite
moment.
the loss.
Sky is the goat for a reason, but that is crazy.
Bakal kita bertemu di RX bro, di next match.
I mean,
Duh kemarin sayang banget guys, sedih banget gue kemarin kalah bro. Gue kamut guys kemarin RP guys harian.
Past 3 days I've been predicting with a coin because all my breads have been absolute hot ass up until that point. So I was like, I'm gonna leave it in Fate's hand. And the coin, I disrespected the coin on one day. I didn't trust it. I messed it around with it, and I got both my preds wrong. That was my fault. But the days I've trusted the coin, I got them all right. And the coin today said Heretics and DRX.
If you didn't trust it, maybe now he's going to punish you. But
No,
I
yesterday was
did
a
go for
punish.
Heretics. What happened yesterday with Fnatic, I was like, I kind of have to go with
Hey,
it.
I feel it. It's really anyone's game here. But let's go ahead and get this show on the road and find out which teams are going to survive and continue their hunt for the trophy, continue their hunt for glory. Day 15 of Champions Paris starts right now.
Shannon starts to rotate. Before this match, my main goal was to be in the finals.
Kemarin di bad day banget bang. Iya makanya kemarin bad day banget bro. Hari ini semoga nggak bad day guys. Semoga kita good day. Good day, jangan good day deh. Perfect day bro. Gila energi sama ini bro. Fnatic guys. Apakah Fnatic akan menuju ke grand final bro?
다음 상대가 MIBR인데 유일한 브라질 팀이기도 하고 저희 또한 유일한 한국 팀이잖아요. 둘 다 좋은 경기를 펼칠 수 있는 계기가 될 수 있는 것 같고.
I really respect DRX.
Courtesy.
I've been watching Mako playing for 3 years, so I'm really excited to play against them and against Mako and see how it's gonna work inside.
MIBR.
뭔가 다른 챔피언스들이랑은 좀 다르게 접근하고 있는 것 같습니다. 오히려 저보다도 멘탈이 센 동생들도 있고 또 저보다 잘 쏘는 동생들도 있고 형도 있고
Dongda iku. Itu balik bro.
그렇기 때문에 오히려 제가 더 안 무너지는 모습이 필요하다고 생각하고 있고
It's you or us in the next phase.
Ayo guys, bisa guys. Lower bracket run guys, let's go.
Fanatic, they sent Paperrex down to the lowers.
I think we used to lower bracket. This time we just trying to be confident. There's no fear at all.
They are not content with this being our final chapter. Heretics had to battle against adversity.
We've been
TH
through a
lagi
lot,
bro lawannya bro.
and it's hard to keep that consistency up. Back in Berlin we had maybe bad times and bad moments.
See you later, Heretics! Team Heretics will have to wait a little longer before they get their shot at redemption.
But I hope that we're gonna get our revenge and go up to the final.
Team Heretics. We kind of know how they play style because we used to beat them before.
Choo-choo, baby! We have more than left.
Oke, emang TL lagi bagus-bagus sih bang. Biasa aja sih guys. Yang bagus-bagus itu Fnatic bro. Lagi gila emang
We
Fnatic
played
guys.
Paperrex in the past in Madrid when we were rookies and we were the new team to join international.
There's no hope, no chance in hell! Paperrex eliminating the Spanish favorites.
We were too emotional back then. It was pretty painful lose, but we've learned a lot. I'm really confident to play against
Oh,
them.
udah bracket sih map poolnya, apalagi Paperrex map powernya nggak banyak bang. Betul. Tapi ya kita percaya aja guys.
Renji, I'm waiting for
Kalau
your stand up.
Paperrex
I'm
si
waiting for
somethingnya
your
bisa back to form,
But I will
Jing
be
back to
louder.
form, Jason juga back to form, 3 orang ini aja guys. Pas grand final tuh udah cukup banget bro. Emang dibutuhkan cuma konsistensi tembak doang sih bro. Itu guys. Terpenting ya dalam setiap game Valorant guys ya. Hoki pun terbilang, hokinya tuh kalau misalnya kalian panas bertiga itu hoki guys. Hari itu kalian nembak bertiga. Soalnya nggak tahu kenapa guys, game FPS tuh begitu guys. Kalau nggak nembak ya udah susah. Mau strat sejalan gimana bro? Tinggal kita bagaimana konsistensinya aja, PD nembak udah aman. Dari kemarin juga Paperrex pas lagi konsistensinya bagus, gila-gila banget kan ngebantai-bantai tim. Kemarinnya lagi bau guys, bau. Nggak konsisten, nembaknya udah susah kemarin tuh. Getar semua kan nembak kemarin tuh guys. Aduh simulator anjay.
Absolutely. And I think the word of the day is pressure between both of these teams. The mental resilience and the internal demons that are going to be battering to ensure that they can play up to their own standards. Both of these squads have been struggling so far.
Ayo guys.
But they have no more second chances.
Pas panas
It's all
ngeri
alive,
banget
it's all
bang. Emang iya
elimination.
guys.
And one more stop before they can get to that potential top 4 and that change of arenas.
Yeah, let's take a look at the maps here. Team Heretics has decided to ban the
Ascent,
Sunset
bro.
Sunset
Oh
the
my
other day,
God.
apparently, not going to be repeated after the new composition, probably not working for them.
Oh, yeah.
They decide to go for the Ascent. Paperrex deciding to go for that bind. I like how they're playing into their strengths. One of the things that we did mention the other day that we have not today about Team Heretics, would the agents, what is he going to be playing? Where is he going to be comfortable? Well, on this first 2 maps, we should not be seeing a lot of Viper. We should be looking at a lot of double kills.
Anjay, Pemain kurang bang. Pemain emang, guys bukannya kurang guys. Menurut gue Pemain udah do his job bro. Dia inisiator, real inisiator bro. Utilnya udah bener-bener jalan semua guys. Tapi emang nembaknya nggak sepedes itu guys, karena dia pakainya fokus util, fokus line up, jadi ya udah. Semoga mentalnya balik lagi guys. Soalnya kemarin tilted tuh ngaruh banget betul. Kalau udah tilted, ketinggalan jauh comeback tuh bisa getar guys tangannya udah. Ya kita cuma bisa berharap aja hari ini mereka nyala guys udah. That's it. Cuma butuh nembak doang dah hari ini dah. Paperrex cuma butuh nembak guys. Stratnya udah barbar aja. Barbar nembak bantai. Barbar nembak bantai. Dari dulu gitu guys.
And understandable to see that we've seen great performances for the teams. I remember Paperrex also losing that Ascent against GiantX. We've seen reps left, right, and center. But as you said, Brent, it's all about the pressure today. A Team Heretics that has encountered PRX in many stages of their careers, but they have never been able to beat them.
Yeah, folks, if you have not gotten prepared for this one, get ready for a slobber knocker. Because you're about to see 2 squads who genuinely are going to do the only thing they know how to do. Leave it all on that
Kayak
stage
Simon pas
to
EDG
try
pengen bawa
and
support,
push
betul.
forward in this tournament.
Gue Batman udah pas banget guys. Lu kalau bisa dapet tim yang supportnya jago, nembaknya jago, Jason dah. Jason menurut gue supportnya nggak sebagus itu guys. Jason kalau dikasih suruh main support full bisa, tapi nembaknya nggak akan sejago itu.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and it really is. The pressure is on in ways that neither team is ready for, but they got to meet the moment.
I mean, it's cinema here today. For Heretics as well, they're a squad that have been trying to reach even greater heights than their previous year, where they set that bar all the way to the finals, weren't able to bring it over the line despite having 2 chances to do it. To be potentially named one of the best teams
Let's
in
go
the
berdua
world.
guys, berdua guys ya, kita doakan yang terbaik buat Paperrex. Gue percaya sebagai Paper Boys dan Girls kita percaya bersama teman-teman Paperrex bakal memberikan sesuatu yang emang mereka ditakdirkan untuk itu guys. Anjir, gila, goddamn.
In this sport, and they have both crumbled at that finish line, but now they have to send each other home. This is as wild as it gets, man, but here's the agent select.
Yeah, not everybody can make the top 4. We do not see or expect surprises here for Ascent. Paperrex running the Vice and also the Sage, something that we did not touch up on. It is something, and Minibu going up in this head-to-head, especially and more specifically.
Something harus nyala sih, something kemarin kurang nyala aja guys.
Both of these players are going to be probably leaning towards them, especially with Team Heretics, the swap between Woods and Minibu that we keep seeing, especially in this map. But most importantly, Minibu has always loved the Marshal, the Atlo, and I expect them, even from the attack, to just bring it out, because I consider that to be a win condition for both of the teams.
Absolutely. I think Heretics on their attack side too of Ascent, going up against the double Sentinel comp, you're really going to be tested in terms of how you can work the map. Ascent, you're really going to be tested in terms of, can you find out where the Sage wall is? Can you avoid it most of the time? Can you find the Vice setup? Can you bait it out? Yeah, like avoiding Devi as a player as well, trying to bait out his wall setup. It's an uphill battle from the
Pemain kemarin lumayan nyala. Nah itu Pemain emang kayak gitu guys, tugasnya udah pas banget dah. Recon dapet, utilnya ngecek corner dapat, udah cukup guys Pemain tuh.
But I'm curious to see if Paperrex, despite them playing double Sentinel, do they want to get more aggressive, not allow Heretics to be able to get comfortable, get moving? Does Heretics try and just sock Paperrex in the face a couple of times? Let's find out, folks. There's only one of these teams will make the top 4 and play under the lights of the A-Core Arena. So let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. It's Pansy and Sideshow.
Let's go!
Thank you so much, GB. The desk there kind of teeing us up for an incredibly high skill ceiling game between these two. But again, it feels like a matter of heart when you look at these two teams.
Ridiculous.
A matter of form coming into the stage, but what's the defining factors to your eye?
Kemarin gerakan tambahannya gara-gara something bro. Something OP itu guys gerakan tambahan bro. Woodjet ngeri bang. Iya semua juga. Guys kalau something Yorunya nyala ngeri banget bro kayak kemarin bro. Kuat nggak bang Ted? Kuat semua yang masuk champion nggak ada yang nggak kuat babi. Doa guys. Gue udah doa guys dalam hati gue. Semua kalian doa jangan lupa.
Known for making grand finals and losing.
Key leader of a halftime. Something fix.
Toronto, who very recently broke that and are hoping it
dia
never
dua duelis
again,
ya. Oke, dia dua duelis. Sentinel, oke.
Would indicate otherwise. Good starts, momentum, and avoiding those negative voices in your mind.
Yeah, have to avoid it somehow. Run from it almost. It will be Heretics on the attack. Paperrex obviously on the defending side, and a simplistic start, direct in approach.
Paperrex playing fully off the A side, looking to retake with the Conda. Shouldn't want to do that too often. See what value Jin gets with the wall. Really good for going to diffuses in this spot, but it looks like he just wants to wall off the players in main.
Nice.
Yeah, something already. Good start here, taking away Woot, and I will be keeping track of that man as well. Self-critical to this point. And Minibu already going to find Devi. This is looking like there's answers to this. And PRX looking for that springboard in. This could be the start. It's not. Minibu shuts that down quickly. Already Heretics keeping this strong. Again, it doesn't always seem like a matters game when it comes to Paperrex. They can go against those odds. Here we go.
Ya elah, berantakan banget retake-nya guys. Retake-nya berantakan banget. Oh my god.
Anticipate the retake coming through from Paperrex, and the fact that they needed to play on site before it ever happened indicates some decent theoretical ideas to the way that Paperrex want to approach a retake. Nobody got locked off in A main.
And also, kind of leading into this as well, there has been that a little additional touch of time for Heretics to get themselves prepared. For Paperrex, they're having to rip off that bandage straight away and jump back into the server.
Yeah, I think that can be maybe a bigger mental hurdle to overcome as well, because it's so fresh in your mind. Stingers, regen armor, and again, looking towards A. Jing, without those 2 slows, probably doesn't want to invest the wall here as well, because it's an expensive piece of util.
Yeah. Double stack back of Gen. See if Heretics can keep this clean. That'll be on the forefront of their minds, but Paperrex always a threat. Forsaken with a quick reminder, but swiftly shut down. Heretics sweep the site. Looking for that spike to slowly make it in, but Wu taking the space up door.
Aduh, tuh lagi bro, Batman.
Doesn't quite find much more, but Devi, if you can do a touch more damage, that's not bad at all. No real rest to be found. That smoke already dissipating. This is now becoming more and more uphill. And already watching this stacked up. A nice try for Devi. He's certainly giving it a solid go, but you feel the Heretics really making sure there's no naughtiness to be
Aduh,
had.
dua lo, lumayan lah habis semua. Oh, dia beli regen health, bro.
There's still 3 players that don't have to rebuy in the next round. So this is why so many people are liking this buy. You see it in a flash there from Patman with his Sheriff. We're talking about the heights. And some of the lows, of course. But if you get the best out of these 2 teams today, it could be another all-timer match. As we've just seen a couple of those the day before. It's just about which version of these teams approaches the stage.
Oh ya guys, bisa guys. Let's go bro. Easy bro. Kamu udah 3 tahun guys.
We've seen that confidence lacking with something at times, but the earlier games he looked magnificent. Arguably some of the best form I've seen him in, but again, those last couple of games certainly hindered that. And then Heretics, hell, we all know those highs and lows, but a solid beginning here from Heretics. Protocol list working well, forcing off something. And allowing this walk up.
Pushing something back. This space over towards Tree not being covered whatsoever by Paperrex. Maybe anticipating an A-pop to be coming through, but Heretics have just been given so much room here on the A-split. Nobody actually in A main. So this is fake pressure, and Paperrex with now only late around the minute mark starting to adjust and pull 3-4 players in that direction.
Susah gini
It's rather scary for Patman as well. If he is left solely alone on B, does have the support of the utility, sure, but
well, here's the wall that just came out from Jing, so now they don't have to worry about A main, and they might catch the timing to go back and reinforce Patman's position.
It does feel indicative they're very aware of how Paperrex like to play this, but already penny dropping for Paperrex. It's been silent, absent of presence towards Ace, already reinforcing this side of the map. But depending on this burst potentially to get them through this choke, pretty hard to make happen now.
30 seconds left.
We're very alone over by Switch. The timing not terrible. 20 seconds. Feeling like a watching Fnatic here, but Wu does nicely towards Divide. Patman stalwart towards the back of the side, but now going to be pressured and cleared. That's a problem. That opens up the plant. And now you've already got these profile positions.
Ya Allah, apa sih?
Heretics. Oh, Jimmy.
Jelek banget,
That is a message sent and a very well-prepared message.
Jelek banget, Cok, retake-nya dah.
Minibu getting out to a 6-0 start. When you're looking at players that can really feel that pressure and have the negative voices going, he's one of them. And you get him playing up like
apaan
this.
Ini, bro?
Such wonders.
Jelek banget retake-nya, bro.
Nightmare beginning for Paperrex too. You're on the defense side of Ascent, playing double Sentinel, and you failed to stop the B hit. Benji's always going to be bringing the energy. You think back to that game that they had these 2 teams in Madrid.
Apa ini, bro? Kayak bingung banget, Cok, mereka mainnya.
Some smack. And they
I
ended
love
up
it.
losing the game.
I still love it though. I will say that every day of the week. 100%.
I think that you can always talk your game in order to bring the energy up. The only problem is when you go quiet when you're losing. You can't allow it to feel silent because you're not giving that game once you start going on some kind of losing streak.
And you've got to then think of it from Paperrex's side, who came off an incredibly hard series against Fnatic, felt what it's like to lose after what's been a fantastic streak from them, internationally doing very well, and then having to pick
Ini harus ini sih, harus kayak make a play sih guys. Mainnya pasif tadi guys, main pasif jadi kalah bro. Mainnya kayak takut tadi guys.
So a very early timeout for Paperrex.
Super early, but I think probably necessary because Paperrex had the defensive players in position on B, but they didn't contest those duelists diving out at all.
Enggak, belum. Mental belum kena guys, tapi ini kayak mainnya pasif banget bro.
Minibu also teleported to market and Boo managed to TP in as well. So 3 players passed the Vice util within a
Kayak
second.
banget lagi nih, susah banget nih bro.
Any one of those on their own would be isolated, but when all 3 go in together, Paperrex need to be taking those
Dua
challenges
Sentinel kayak ini guys, delaynya lama banget.
Brutal round to come back in on. Obviously, the finances far from pretty, and Minibu so prepared.
Apa itu, bro?
Catching Forsaken almost instantaneously.
Forsaken and Jing fighting over this area and getting battered was actually what was part of the reason Paperrex lost this map to Giants. They couldn't stabilize
Pandanya
the
ada
map
guys,
either.
pandanya ada. Cuma pandanya nggak ngomong. Pandanya ada guys.
Really.
Yeah, but it's not an amazing map for them. It's one where they've been able to get by with this composition. But I do think there've been worries in Pacific about how good they've been on the defense side. It should be a great comp, but they haven't been able to stomp teams on the defense.
This round, again, we're not expecting wonders from this round. It'd be nice to see them just start feeling out the game a bit, get that kind of, you know, feel of this.
And it's a good piece of the wall to break there because it stops something and Jing going for that aggro swing. Got to predict them on a high ground setup though as you go around the corner.
Still going through the motions of at least checking towards one, and there's applying something.
Nice, satu lumayan satu.
Connect, but
Okay.
so far Heretics navigating all these hurdles. They've opened up this pathway, and they seem very mentally prepared for what Paperrex would be like to be doing, but yeah, very diligent too, ensuring there's no one hidden away. You saw Rien's taking that
rapi banget lagi,
extra
coy,
second
Heretics,
before
coy.
the bomb. And now with that downtime is on their side, Heretics looking like they're off to a dream beginning, unless Patman and Devi can do something rather special here. And, well, looking at the positions, the second he comes around this corner, the firing squad kicks in. Not really relenting either. Very much willing to take a brawl on it.
It's not like Devi can particularly aid him. Door, smoke. Very little chance here for Patman and Devi to be able to do much. And in a spot, if Rienz is hitting like that, think back to how he was playing on Ascent recently. He's been a monster on this map.
Ayolah men, come on men.
Kalau
kalah lagi sih udah pusing sih gua.
7-0 beginning, yet to die. That's going to allow you. It's probably your best ult to be able to use on the attack side. Get a ton of information, run past defensive setups, coordinate with the rest of your team. You can combo it with Rien's ultimate. You can combo it with a Paranoia. This has a strong chance of going 5-0 and essentially Paperrex being out of the map before it's even begun.
But an investment from something that operator out as early as financially possible. You heard it there. Ult coming in, Minibu taking a lot of space off this. And Paperrex opting to try and play close. Okay, Jing, does he get to
Mati
live?
dong. Ya Allah, apa sih?
Heretics absolutely decimating this up-close hold from Paperrex.
Jelas banget, Cok. Mati dua orang begitu, Cok.
I'm really worried. This will take the wind out of your sails. We're going to need something special from Paperrex. Get them some life here.
They've got to try to fight over towards this. You'd hate to do it because your economy's in a horrible place and it's the percentage play to save, but then you're down 0-5. I feel like you have to give one of these a try at some point.
Matinya kena.
Instead, they're
Ah,
it
lihat.
up and they don't even get to save Patman's gun. Something scurrying back over towards B. And these are the kind of decisions that kill your confidence.
Absolutely.
If you can't even get into a round, something was trying to get posted on an aggressive line towards B main. And he's going to feel like his team needs him, and yet he had no hope of even being involved in this round.
This is a complete shutout. I'm a little worried here. And it's one of those things with Paperrex, I do feel they're the against the odds team. The amount of times in that G2 series, for example, Paperrex would go down a pick, you know, Forsaken might TP in somewhere, he's going to be picked, and then suddenly you'll get a bailout from something, or from Jig, any of the other players, they'll get you 3.
Kayak mati sama Util sama ulti apa sih? Sofa tuh kayak ngeselin banget, bro.
Agree that they'll come back from almost anything within a map.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that's where I have more questions. And my biggest concern here is this play. Because Woot
kalah begitu bro si Jason bro.
Jump on a Forsaken should never be working out. Obviously, you can trade out Woot in that spot, and that's perfectly fine. But Woot straight up winning the duel worries me.
There's a lot of worries starting to come here, because we wanted a close affair between these two, but the ripple effect from losing this match, if they do, or going down at this sort of scoreline for
Bisa lah, guys.
they nullify all of those exciting prospects we were waiting for, to see the best of these two sides. They tried to support and supplement what they remained with. Those weapons they tried to desperately drag across, still, something with that operator. But Heretics have had every answer so far.
This has to be the round where Paperrex answer back. They have something posted incredibly deep on this A line. Just as his gate crash disappears, he's going to stay confident, stay posted. That should give them decent information that things are not heading towards an A split late on in the round. Or if they are, that literally everyone is coming through catwalk. And Jing still with the wall, now posted up, and now you can focus purely on that B split that Team Heretics comp is going to love to try to do.
Nih minta dikontrol mulu, guys.
Making those rotations hard to commit to.
They don't even know the wall's there. That's the first that Benji spots of it.
Yeah, 44 seconds and noting it now.
But with something still holding on to A main, I think they can be very confident that you should keep the defensive stack towards B. But remember, both duelists managed to get in before with no problem. So you still have to fight B main.
Sitting back now, 20 seconds.
Same pathing.
Yeah, very similar to before. Exactly the same. Does it work out the same, however? No instantaneous fight over towards this area. 14 seconds being held at the door. Paperrex finally fighting back. That's the team we were waiting to see.
What a triple kill from Pemain. Benji Fishy left with it all to do. Spike down, no chances. Something again is not going to be
better.
Feeling great about his own impact, but he actually was really crucial to being able to keep that stack going on the B site. You see that they put a bit of pressure on Miniboo's position as well. Miniboo got the teleport into market.
Nice.
There was at least somebody fighting him, a recon dart in his face, spammed through the wall, but it's Pemain's triple kill here at lane that is a huge difference maker.
Oh, that is lovely from him, isn't it?
They're still allowing Heretics to actually get into the front of the site and try something. A little more passive than
Ayo Jason Jing, let's go Jing. Let's go Jing. Let's go JJ, let's go Jason. Bisa yo.
They do it again. Something. This is what we want to see. Confidence. Take a gamble, take a risk. He's taken a lot of space. That cam, I think he was a touch late, so something does get to strike first. Big scalp to be claiming on Woot.
Something mainnya tuh gila bro, liat bro.
That's the kind of play that'll get something into the game.
Oke, cuma pas match final kepagian iya sih. Enggak sih, bukan kepagian. Emang menurut gue timnya udah pada pinter guys ngebaca gameplaynya Paperrex kan. Paperrex gameplaynya gitu doang bro.
Vice setup has gone fully over the way, so this is a big switch up in the defensive setup.
I just can't die in front of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Deploying drone. We've seen some of these Heretics players hitting shots, but the test then falls once again towards something.
The ego on the drone?
I think he wants it.
Ngapain lagi Red? Gue bingung banget dah dia nge-picknya gila banget bro.
I'm sure, but this isn't opening a sight. That's taking away one from middle, but it does.
Tuh gitu guys, itu tuh yang gue bilang tuh kadang-kadang tuh dia risky playnya bikin kalah guys. Dapat satu sama aja bohong Jing.
You could cool down on.
That's lovely. Try now. Going to be noted. 30 seconds. Got a pocket to play from, but Heretics running the court very low. This feels reminiscent near on a Fnatic with the time as it is. Spike now making his way through towards main. We have one on the side.
Nice Son, gitu dong. Nah, tuh lagi Son.
Bam.
Nice.
Paperrex. You can't leave him in those scenarios. Brilliantly handled under very, very amplified pressure.
Eko Son, bisa Son. Kemarin lupakan ya kemarin Son.
All across the run in Toronto.
Tuh buset lah tuh si something bro.
Probably their best player in the win over G2 for example.
Just controlled Kaos the way he plays, standing tall on the front of the site there. Brilliant work.
Something tuh kalau udah bunuh satu, dia pasti akan bunuh dua. Dia tuh emang tipe gameplaynya gitu guys. Gue bunuh satu, gue akan tetap push terus sampai bego.
Commitment for now, trying to play it off the dart. And a death as well. Woot fast as hell hit
that shot. Anjir. Tuh kan miss mulu something bro, itu miss mulu something bro. Kenapa bau banget? Something bau banget dari kemarin nih. Masa begitu miss?
A bit of a better chance. And the res, that is unbelievable. That he dies after he teleports. And so they get a free res out of it, but he doesn't have a gun, Lauren. The gun didn't TP. He can go and ult and pick it up.
I think he was thinking about it. He was definitely thinking about it. They're going to try and combo the ults. What are they going to do on this?
Well, he's still got the shorty as well, so you can get a pick out the back of that, but they're so close.
This is so risky. Good flash, but the outer run reveals it all, and something just says, screw it, I guess I'm playing in the corner, try and help me out here, do what I can. Falls away from it, but sees the plan. 45 seconds. Heretics, are you still heading this way?
Forsaken has full A main information right now, so they can be confident again that Paperrex should be having 3 defenders on B. They've had the stacked site in the right place. You wouldn't know it though, because they're 5-2 down.
30 seconds left.
This. You get to identify this as a fake. It's a very late fake too. The TP gets taken over towards Wine.
All on Forsaken.
And he was the one who succeeded before. Last time I think it was 3. Might need something similar than that again. For 13 seconds, Heretics got to get a move on. 10 now. Barely got time to get the plant here. Boo does well.
Ya elah.
Wound in the last couple of seconds. Still doing the damage necessary. Plant's in play. Patman isolates the flank from Benji. There's still hope here.
A 4v3 post plant. A little claustrophobic, but Heretics in a decent position. Something finally got his operator back.
I'll handle and now goes for the ult. Gotta try and find these players. Tee up the remainders. Spawning some out here, actually. Miniboo pinned to the wall. Oh, but what a trade from Rienz. Great back and forth action, but that time is ticking. And I think they might have called it quits on this one. Slowly backpedaling away. Heretics somehow recovering this round.
Nice.
I thought Paperrex had a really good shot at that one.
And they would have done. But the key critical kill is that Forsaken goes down defending over.
Aduh, defending map begini bro. Tekernya gue mikir nih. Aduh.
Aduh. By Boo in A main. This a bizarre interaction over here, but you know,
ya dia
gebuk
tengah-tengahnya bro.
That you would expect him to land.
Yeah.
But as the pivot went over towards the A side, it's this kill right here. Forsaken tries to backpedal, utilizing the steel garden, but just can't relieve the pressure. Doesn't have util down on site to play around.
And it's a hard conversation.
Mapik siapa bang? Mapiknya TH guys.
Want something to go for those plays.
Oh
like,
yeah.
That you don't want him to stop trying to make these aggressive opportunities work for them, because more often than not they do. But we've had a couple of uncharacteristic misses.
The peek into the drone.
Oh, there we are.
Wasn't great, but there he lands an easier one.
Yeah, simple stuff for him at the start. Forsaken. Be careful. Does he get away from this? Paranoid goes in. Woot wanted to hunt. Does at least clear out Wine, but high emphasis to clear towards A main.
5v4 for
Dapat lagi
Paperrex. They
Jason.
need rounds like this. They're on the defense side of Ascent with double centers. They'd love to tie up the half if they can, and even then, it wouldn't be the world's most amazing defense.
Gue takut guys, Lotus PTSD gue bro.
Did see Patman there explore B main a little bit, so he has a decent idea. He's calling in the cavalry somewhat.
Oh, dia pasti main ke A lagi nih, tetap ke A ini. A-nya A-short tapi midnya nggak pernah dikontes soalnya. Bunuh satu, cabut midnya.
A good couple of pieces of utility here, and the 3-play stack on A, so I don't know if Heretics will be able to feel this one out.
Late round, the Vice Wall's already been baked in, the Sage Wall's going to go down. They'll have the defenders in the right position.
Habis buru itu.
Find that late round B split. It's really tough when your jet is already inserted A main. You don't really want to go for it.
Forsaken sees nothing. So does
that? I think he caught Woot at the very end there.
Ooh. Okay, that's kind of big. So they are still trying to imply this B take, right? They've just smoked off CT. But really, Paperrex aren't falling for it. They're in the right place at the right time. And now that util comes in just wonderfully. Something seems very aware that someone is still towards main. 10 seconds now. It's do or die for Heretics. You've got to make it go. And Paperrex's patience might just pay off. 5 seconds for the plant going down. Something with a great strike towards Miniboo. Dives in head first. Still trying to operate at such a high level. Leaving just Rienz in a 1v3. Hold up. Turns the flash, gets
nicer.
Patience. Perfect for Paperrex.
PTSD Lotus gila bro.
Their ground.
Good.
They're really making use of all of the information that they have around the map. They're getting onto deeper lines with some of their players. You know, aggression coming out from Patman like he called out in B main. Gives them the info, especially when they're in a 5v4 scenario. Yeah, he just called that glimpse on Woot towards the end. And when you see the jet over there, it's just so unlikely they're going to be going into a B split at the end of it. I think Boo maybe even would have wanted to had they
Let's go, Fi, let's go.
Early on.
That's the first time I've ever seen a stand sit on the side.
It's got to be a different experience, coaches.
Kencing guys, nonton dia guys.
Love those crossfires, love those bumpy setups.
Kencing.
Who are always looking to make the play, take the fight. But in that spot, I like what Paperrex was doing because they were already up 5v4. So when something was in a 5v4 previously and had a drone coming through his face in mid, that's the bad side of the confidence. And I think for Miniboo and something, one of the things that we are going to be looking at so carefully over the course of this match is them finding that balance between the confidence, the aggression, the bravery even, and some discipline, some caution, some intelligence. And finding the right balance there is so tough as a duelist. And I think that is also why it's the duelist players that have those negative thoughts more often, because they're required to take the crazy plays.
Well, it is something you'd never want to get rid of, right? That killer instinct. You always want them to have to go for this. It's on everyone else to try and rein them in or support, right? It's a very, very fine balance. It's a perfectly double-edged sword, it always feels like. But at this point, you then kind of elevate that out and look at Paperrex. I guess, holistically, it's always the danger of what if they do learn that patient game, but they also then can gear shift into the Kings of Chaos.
Lotus nanti bang, sama bro. Ini masalah sekarang aja ketinggalan nih bro, tekan gue bro.
As you highlighted, that discipline on the site, a rare treat, and certainly could put Heretics on notice, hence the timeout.
Well, here comes an ult combo. You've got Miniboo and Rian set up to win another round just based off this dimensional drift into Hunter's Fury.
I think he was seeing, yes, they've absolutely seen both players now congregating towards market. How do they deal with them? Woot trying to take the steps in, but changing up the pathing just a touch, not towards switch anymore.
They got the site completely for free, so now Rians can even save this ultimate to fight them. Probably going to use it as Paperrex go for the retake.
Ooh, look at this three-man walk down middle. This could be very, very nice. This puts Rians right in the crosshairs. I like this from Paperrex. Every single angle, every single approach. Nice shot still from Rians, but a great trade from something. Now it makes Heretics feel pinned to this site.
And there goes the ultimate. Benji's going to have to dig himself out of a tough position.
It's all about timing. He won't get to live if they time this right, but this is everything! Benji gets away with daylight robbery on one, but something is there for every single trade so far. Woot, though, standing his ground, making sure they can't scale up.
No way.
This is outrageous from him.
Aduh. Retaknya jelek banget, bro.
The time as well was just ticking so low. It's a great play from Paperrex to go and pressure the flank, knowing that Rians is going to be playing around there, but too slow on everything that they're doing. Benji even playing outside of the range of the recon dart, just dealing with these players one at a time, ended up.
Duh, miss cok. Tuh si Dape harusnya dapat 2 itu.
Freakish performance in the Chaos. We were just talking about
Tuh Dape dapat 2 itu, bro.
Not too bad himself. Let's go. That Turkish duo at the top of the table for Team Heretics.
Ayo bisa tenang.
This is getting a little bit scary for Paperrex here. I think again trying to still the nerves and be brave in the face of what could be a dire scenario, but Heretics then picking up the pace. It's straight up the guts. All is there though this time. We could have the 1v1 divide. You fancy it? Yeah, you do. There it is. Killer instinct talked about. Device certainly got his own. Fancies it.
Good punish on the overconfidence. Whoop triggering the wall, but putting his body in front of it. Devi recognized it as soon as that cloudburst came out. Jing's walled off Cat as well.
Ayo dong, 8-4
Maybe a
dong.
little early, but at least it reinforces.
75. 8-4 sih, Jing.
They go for the peak.
Surely something would every day of the week, right? You're seeing that little bit of hesitation, a slight difference. But information had and enough to put them off that.
Mereka mundur, Cok, kalau ada something, Cok.
Already up in a 5v4, so that's, you know, credit to him not taking too much of a risk. You don't need to go high risk.
75, oke. Aduh, udah 5 jangan pick, Pai.
We said, how many times does he get brought back to these 4v4s or even advantageous scenarios for Heretics with that overstep? It's maybe just the right dose of discipline. That wall, actually no, excuse me, the slow comes in now for Paperrex, hindering this burst through.
30 seconds
late
left.
Presence from Boo could be curious now. That could be a challenge they didn't expect. Maybe Boo's going to notice.
Nice.
He gets found by Jing. Again, this patience, this deeper hold on the side.
Nice.
So well.
Aduh.
Okay,
Nice fight.
Okay, I had to take a pause there. That felt a little too scary, but Paperrex showing some real depth of discipline here.
Yeah, the way in which they're controlling A main with Forsaken is allowing them to play those crossfires onto the site. And I think that aside from the rounds where Team Heretics have overwhelming ult combos, Paperrex have actually stabilized here and figured out a style that works. The only problem is that they went down 0-5 to begin on their defense side. So they're going to need an extraordinarily good attack whether or not they win here in round 12.
Well, the bar will be set high for Paperrex, but can certainly achieve it. But for Heretics, a broken purchase here. Simplistic in stance and eyeing up the A site. It's Forsaken. In a curious spot now. Does he get a reward? Because I don't think we've cleared this. He didn't. But a mess made. Forsaken. Sorry, can someone look at Forsaken? How has he gone away with this? But Boo's at the back of the site. It's all topsy-turvy. Pure chaos from both sides now. A 3v2 advantage Heretics. No plant down yet. Weapons now recovered. They're back in business. But something has something to say. Miniboo isolated away towards A main, and now the plant committed.
This is where you need to see all of that pressure being applied.
Ya elah.
The safe pair of hands for Heretics, holding on now as Batman, the last one to stand. Great pickup here. Find the final two. Not gonna happen. Heretics maintaining dominance on the half.
Si Jason nggak dapet tadi, Cok. Kalau dapat early udah enak banget tuh.
Great combos towards the end, good utilization of ultimates, fast pops.
Ya Allah, Davai mati begitu, bro.
And usually we'd be talking about Paperrex being down and out, but they did recover a 4-8 half against G2 just recently. So maybe it's still possible.
It certainly could be. I believe we have a treat as Lil will be standing by one of the Paperrex family members in the audience here. Everyone turning up now. You don't want to miss this.
Nice, let's go guys. Nice.
Jason nggak setajam biasanya nih, bro. Ini bahaya, bro. It's not good, bro. It's not good, bro.
Et la famille est à l'honneur côté Paperrex aujourd'hui for our last day at les arènes. I'm pleased to welcome Pearl, Jing's mom that you already know.
Napas gue liat Ezir. Iya, bro, pusing, bro. Gila, auntie-nya Jason ada mulu ya.
And the first question I wanted to ask you, Anna, is that you know your son is known in the whole world, right? But he's not the only one who's very...
Kenapa?
Have his brother Kevin, ex-Keren, and also Jojo. So, what's the secret to such a successful family?
The secret is only praise.
Only praise and family support, is that?
Yes.
Ok, mainly, du coup, première question, c'est quoi le secret pour avoir une famille si pleine de succès?
Minta apa aja, minta bukan?
Son frère,
Requestan nama si itu aja ke
Jojo, donc c'est quoi le secret des prières et du soutien familial? And Pearl, you were my first interview here at Champions Paris, and some things have happened, you know, since that, especially the photo incident.
Ayo, 4 pistol nggak boleh kalah, guys. Kalau pistol kalah bahaya, bro ya.
Actually, my son is quite photogenic. Any angle is good, but maybe he needs to do more skincare routine. Yeah, he doesn't do any, only cleanser. I have to keep nagging at him to use toner, moisturizer.
Kenapa jadi bahasin ini, Cok?
So you're his skincare routine advisor, but he doesn't do it.
Maybe.
Abang sama kakak iparnya juga lagi di pesawat, Bang. Emang iya, guys? Si ada lagi OTW, guys.
Suivez-la pour plus de tips en termes de skincare. C'est quoi les tips pour prendre ton fils en photo? Parce qu'on a vu qu'elle n'était pas satisfaite d'une photo qui avait été prise de son fils. Et ben, il est photogénique, mais il fait pas assez sa routine pour la peau. Donc voilà, suivez-moi si vous voulez des tips. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. And we're gonna see if Paperrex can show a better face on Ascent right now.
Have you been cleansed, toning, and moisturizing? People need to know.
Yeah, well, I didn't wash my upper lip for a while, and this thing grew on it, so...
Shocking.
Yeah,
shocking scenes.
I actually think that the response from Forsaken's auntie is an important one, too, where she said that the key is praise, right? It's positive reinforcement.
Nih main ke rumah Coach Alex nggak kalau menang? Hah? Emang Alex rumahnya di Paris ya, gue lupa.
If you want to build up momentum, and you want to try to recover spirits, Paperrex down 4-8 here. It's about finding anything in any round that deserves credit and praise to build up your teammates.
Something, kasih tahu something. Lu kill 30 waktu itu something.
It can be Forsaken when he has a big moment and pops off.
Okay, we go back into the second half. 4 rounds were claimed by Paperrex. It was a quiet beginning,
5, bro.
But at the end they certainly look much stronger. On the other side, Heretics though, staking a good start to this. 8 rounds is a lot to sit on here.
We know what the B exec looks like for Paperrex. Jing on top of the box, ready to wall up.
We do, you gotta hope the Heretics do as well, but the blind is great there actually, forcing them away slightly, and they seem very prepared for that wall. They're not getting the same sort of start here for Paperrex, looking for opportunities that aren't being given.
Yeah, well, they realized that there was a 4-player stack on the site, so now they've got to bail away, but they didn't leave anybody as a lurker elsewhere. So now there's a mad scramble over towards Cat. You just hope you don't lose someone to Wu on the cross.
Okay, Wu gets a couple of tags, but nothing to really write home about. Something trying to stick around, but...
Are they going back? Are they going back into Device Insert? They can hear these footsteps of the mad over-rotate from Team Heretics. Device has space.
Back
Davai, masuk dong, Davai.
There is still util in the way and a chance to be made for Wu again. How many times does he get this fight? He still loses. Forsaken, Jing, bounding in. Man, for Heretics, they thought they were in the right place at the right time. There's a whole pack of players for Paperrex. Just prowling around the map, looking for anyone to take a fight.
How Forsaken gets value like that from the jumping right clicks over and over again. It reminds me of them playing Corona.
Lu liat Jason, bro. Lompat-lompat dapat 2, bro. Gue bingung, Ji.
With it all to recover.
Cover going out.
Sheriff with Boo. No paranoia though, just the smoke.
Nanti kalau energi ntar abis ini. Nanti kalau energi besok kali. Apa ini ya? Enggak besok.
Close double stack. looks very good to hold. Jing and Defy, really great work there, but absolute chaos.
Bingung gak bisa dapat tuh, Cor, gitu, Cor.
Excellent cancel call though, once they realized that Heretics were anticipating the B-pop. And like you said, if we know what they're doing, Heretics are also going to know what
Apa itu, bro?
exact looks like. But when Jing took a little bit of damage and they realized there was 4 players there,
apa itu, bro?
scuttle over, leave Divine B main.
Lanjut Jumat ntar pindah venue ya.
Thank you for listening, thank you.
So that sounds like it was Devi's call to send it back into B. You need that distributed IGL network to support Forsaken.
But also, I love the fact we're talking about praise there. It's there for Paperrex, right? Just say, thank you for listening. Thank you for being on board with that call.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, nice to see. And at this point, you're going to look at the purchase coming through for Heretics. It's very weak. Obviously, just that Sheriff. And on the other side, pretty well-rounded. Only going to be Devi and Patman down on the pistols. Everyone else sitting relatively well.
Like I said, Paperrex did actually manage to recover a 4-8 half with the sides the same way. They got the 4 on the defense side, and then they ended up getting 9 rounds on their attack against G2 here. So it's possible, especially when Paperrex get into their flow state and barrel you over. This round, Patman pulling attention towards B, which is the gamble.
Udah dapat info tuh, aduh langsung ah.
Paperrex are looking at
info tuh banyak tuh. Nah, udah kak. Udah cakep dah. Kenapa begitu dah? Wallnya anjing.
This looks quite clear cut.
Hah?
Good reads from Paperrex so far. Good approaches. Heretics taking a couple of gambles. Don't mind it. Might as well try and make something happen. I want to see if Paperrex can keep this nice and clear cut, build up those finances. And something, of course, they can certainly doing. That is Boom to answer back, but by now it is a Paperrex shutdown. Clear, simple stuff.
Nice.
Something getting involved, building that ult up nice and early.
I love the way that Devi uses his Vice
Flash like
that. He saves it as a post-plant flash, puts it on a back wall, and then as the retakes are coming in, it doesn't matter what map it is, bang, it pops, and you can just fight with it all together. He gets so much value out of this pick. But here's the round to decide whether Paperrex can start applying serious pressure to Heretics.
Ah, something nih, bro. Oh, beli senjata guys. Ini kalau menang bisa nih, guys.
We're talking on the desk about who's going to pick up the op. Is it Miniboo? Is it Woot? At the moment, they just don't have the finances for it.
Waiting with bated breath here, really. Miniboo thought about a glimmer or a glance down middle, but thought against it. Already early work to clear out the utility. Paperrex making no subtlety about this. It is their bonus. Well invested, however.
Paperrex on the defense were trying really heavy to get information towards A main and B main. And that's why you see them on the attack side trying to push those opposition rivalry players out of these spots. At the moment,
bisa.
Still with some good info.
Keram.
Challenged early.
Actually quite good at this sort of position. Very nice at kind of calling when to sit back a little bit deeper, when to fall off this, when to challenge on that space.
Yeah,
going to go in.
He has been pushed off. It's a good re-smoke. They are missing flashes. None available here for something.
That's pretty rough for him now. They're going to be playing at the back of the site, though. Top right box, Paranoia goes in, and Heretics playing a little bit disconnected from sight, but respecting the smokes. I want to look at Woot. If he does decide to go for something naughty, he does. And there's the counter swing as well. Woot does that well, but it's Jing to ping Miniboo right to the back of the site, so they've given themselves a path forward, but it doesn't feel secure.
Well, Paperrex are just going to try to take fights now. You're in a 3v4, get the plant down and see.
Okay, retake.
Got the reposition from something. He's gone all the way over to Cat. What a risk. Pays off.
Yeah, he lives for these moments. Heretics got to be calm under pressure here. Even in a disadvantage numerically, Paperrex feel like they have a bit of an upper hand, right? This feels scary now as that time begins to tick. They got to make a move, but mostly passing through heaven, kind of isolating and kind of denying something.
Ya elah, Batman kalah, bro.
Barrels in. Something now going to be shut out of the round here. Door going to be shut in his face. What are you meant to do? Nothing. Heretics. By hook or by crook, pathing incorrectly there, avoiding the trap. Something being disconnected.
Kenapa kan ditutup ya wall ya?
Play to go for in the end. Players on site can't hold on against Woot. It's a really nice play to punish Forsaken, anticipating he's going to teleport into the hardest spot. And then clearing Jenny with the judges, really nice. And the dash across to get info, close the door. A great round to stabilize things here for Heretics. They still don't have an op online, but they'll start getting their feet under them economically. And put the pressure back on the attackers. Yeah.
Something still 2 away from ult, 1 from Forsaken. It's not exactly the most imperative, but let's see how it looks now. something.
Nah,
there
gitu dong.
he is. I said just those glimpses of what this man can do every now and then, but a fast fight found towards Mini Boot. Big space gained. He's applying more pressure.
Nice
Apain tuh
use
begitu?
of the clone there, trying to take a fight forwards.
Oh, di Energy Alpha dia bisa main bang, nggak tahu.
Sees Forsaken. Both players giving a little bit of respect. Woot actually with the confidence to get back on the angle with the one-way. So it's still gaining a lot of info for his team here. He's actually over pushing this maybe even.
But does Paperrex even consider that? Absolutely not. Forsaken none the wiser until now. And he loses out. Woot does very well there. Almost playing too far ahead, but it's going to get them something. But look at something's positioning then. Talk about unorthodox. Scaling through CT, but a good trade. Boo's still going to do damage, but Paperrex taking the back roads towards the site. The support's on the way, but it's still going to be Woot isolated and alone. He has to stay alive. And for Paperrex, they'd love to get him out of that position.
Yeah, Divide can't challenge this alone though, surely. He does and he wins it.
I can't believe he's gone for that. And there's that post-plant flash you were complimenting before. But Benji looking sharp on the pickup, bending Jing, he knows. The Pemain's here as well. And they've got to know where Divide was. But a 1v2, Divide always capable, always dangerous. Divide with a Red Bull clutch, reminding you exactly what Paperrex can do.
What a round from Divide. He takes a solo challenge in against Woot. If he loses that, that's the round gone. And Benji is the weak player. He swings out.
Tuh mereka berdua jelek banget posisinya, bro.
An immaculate round played. Relief. And maybe even a tinge of frustration actually there, despite the round one. But it keeps Paperrex in the game.
But they needed that. We talk about it, right? How many times will they get bailed out by a multi-kill, some confidence, some flair? The Paperrex way working in this round to keep that gap from extending too far.
And now you see the Euro ult.
The zone.
I think a lot of it might come down to tight spacing. You've got an opportunity here to combo it with the Paranoia if you fake a B split and then go back over towards Cat. We'll see what Forsaken's got in mind.
Mini Boot, you are outnumbered out there. Spot some of the util being placed. So a touch of awareness. But it's something still posted up towards Pizza, so it's certainly not an easy challenge. And you can see Heretics respecting this. They don't fancy it at all, right? Sitting deeper towards side, not even playing from switch.
Time to jump. Here comes that ultimate. Where's it headed? Looking to try to put pressure onto those B anchors.
I've never seen a team exploit mid this much, right? This deep as well. Looking to pincer towards that B side. TP gets taken, he wants to take it towards that back B. But still, there's losses on the way. This isn't comfortable. Something they want to find Mini Boo, but they did lose out on Jing.
They've walled themselves off from being able to go back into the A site now. Can they go Cat maybe? But then you'd have to go through Woot.
Oh, that's how you go through him apparently. With surgical precision from something. And now he wants to catch the rotates, keep them locked in here. They've manipulated the map so well. The spike on the way and something's still firing. These are the glimpses.
Nice.
That strikes spear.
Kejebak di B, bro.
Paperrex looking back.
Gila bagus banget, Cok. Ini bagus tapi, guys.
The way they're getting to these sites, man.
Ini bagus banget, sumpah, guys. Bagus banget lu lihat, guys. Mereka nggak tutup mereka di B, hanya mati ke A udah. Kejebak di B musuhnya, Cok. Ini bagus banget, sumpah. Ini bagus banget, sumpah. Ini call-nya bagus banget, nih rapi banget call-nya, bro. Ini enak banget, sumpah barusan, guys. Ini jujur gila, bro. Nge-cutting bener-bener di sampai spawn, mereka nggak bisa kemana-mana di B udah. Hanya mati selesai. Sekarang kontrol mid-nya enak banget.
That is such a weird one-way. What on earth is that from Boo?
I don't know.
I mean, it's one that you could imagine them fighting, but you're looking at it and your alarm bells are going off.
Surely they think something's a bit weird.
All right, well, that's a more common one.
This is where it gets tough. Boo really wants in on this fight, but Woot already had to back away, unable to synergize on this.
He has been a hero already in big rounds for Team Heretics.
Sabar, tenang.
Really got any danger. Paperrex
tenang, mid-nya masih panjang. Woi, jangan rotate cepet-cepet, guys. Jangan keburu-buru ini, jangan buru-buru masuk, santai dulu, tenang.
And it does look like that's what Forsaken might be calling for them to do again. I'm not saying it's a high chance, but Woot will be given a chance.
Almost mirrored on both sides. The Outrun, I don't think, going to really crest through and see too much. Does Paperrex continue like this? Heretics just holding the firing squad ready on the other side. Smoked off for now. Flash comes in and they scurry. They try and vanish for just a moment, but something they can find. Re-ends! Where did you just get that? Riz comes in, it's emergency. Call the cavalry, call the support. Pemain barrels in, he wants some. Leaving just Woot alive now, 1v2, 2 bullets. He's seen him. Jing spotted, 13 seconds. Woot's still alive here, but Jing, known for these miracles, brings Woot down to size. He's going for the plant. This is
Ngapain sih? Hah? Apaan sih, Jing?
Massive impact.
Ngapain sih?
He's a danger. He absolutely is.
Ngapain sih, bro?
That is an unbelievably good round from Woot, and Rian's also being able to
tahu
pick
gue
up
udah
a couple.
pusing, Jing.
Oh my god, it's a Kalat in A main. That's disgusting. I think Alex and Minion will be
Masih 7 detik itu, Cok. 7 detik, guys.
into a full stack like that. You see the frustration there on Alex's face. It is something the Paperrex frequently go for, and they offered a chance where there was no need for one.
Apa dah itu
Now
nge-plan,
Minion
bro?
gets up in hand, looking towards mid, and they're challenging Woot again out here.
This time he wants to stand his ground though. Does the
Paranoia.
dash. And will take a step away. But an early fight found. And they've been able to control the space, but the
Aku nggak
Paperrex.
tahu lagi, Cok. Kadang gameplaynya kadang bisa menang bagus banget, tiba-tiba jelek banget, Cok. Masuknya kayak berantakan banget.
Pick up an ult orb in B main. You've got another really good combo that you can run. This could be the round where you go back to that B exec.
They're going for device.
Masih 8 detik itu padahal, guys, sumpah. Masih bisa nge-fake sekali.
Seems like it should be about the Sovas. Can Riens get a good defensive ultimate off before Pac-Man can get in?
Well, here we go. The Kings of Chaos are on the way, and they've got themselves a good opportunity on this. There's the combination of the ult coming in as well. That's going to put them under pressure. Forsaken flies in. It's something to get the reward of the kill, but Benji, still alive, gets his gun back out, but the site is clear.
Gitu dong.
This is magic from Paperrex. Hold on, Woot. Not again, right? For Paperrex, they batten down the hatches. They don't let this happen. Paperrex. Lovely adaptation on the fly. Investing in device ult, and it works exceptionally well.
Yeah, much better decision actually than going for the Yoru ult. That one really worked a treat. And they pinned Riens into sight. You see the amount of pressure that this guy's under. When he's in a great position to anchor, it's normally on the other side of the site, back in a comfortable position, taking shots one after another over towards lane. In this round, I would have liked to see him sat back more towards spawn to get
Gameplaynya mod swing, bro.
But that round well put
Kadang tiba-tiba nggak jelas, kadang tiba-tiba kenceng, bro.
Despite losing on an anti-eco, keep this momentum going, keep the train running, and they've knocked Heretics
Itu nggak ada ulti, dia ulti siapa, guys?
again onto a light buy.
Yeah, and curiously enough, Paperrex timeout as well.
That is strange. And maybe it's because they had such a disaster just a couple rounds ago on an anti-eco situation, but burning your last timeout when you're at 9 to 10, and you haven't even secured tying the game up yet, never mind finding the edge to get you into the lead.
Justru tak asiknya Paperrex juga sih.
Yeah, it is strange.
KSN, lihat KSN bro, babi. Babi kamu ya, babi. You know you are babi, bro. You are babi, bro.
Perhaps hard for us to judge on the outside if it isn't tactical.
Ini sebenarnya udah oke lah. Map ini lumayan oke, guys, tembak-tembakan mereka, guys. Cuman kurang rapi aja, guys. Lawannya soalnya EMEA yang rapi banget, bro.
Beyond that, this has been Paperrex step by step in this back through, right? They've actually tied this scoreline up near on here. One more round. What am I seeing in middle? Just
Ini jat siapa bang? Nggak tahu, bro.
okay, 4-man stack. And it's worked, at least for one, and then look at the damage on Forsaken. Luckily, Jing's still alive. He's going to be able to hand off the heal.
It's a really
start.
Yeah, it's a really nice eco idea. It's putting the Marshal with the Sheriff so you can get a body shot and just wipe a player out immediately. It's a Marshal Sheriff that took down something, and now it's swapped hands over to Benji Fishy, but the whole of the B site now Forsaken.
Yeah, this is
Play
nice.
the rest of his team in.
That feels dangerous, but they should be able to find stability here. Chip, Russo getting curious, has the door in his way, but the plant should be now in, so the time will be on Paperrex's side, but everyone's going to be locked into this side.
Just about hitting shots at this point for Heretics if they want a chance in the round. Boo goes and recovers a Vandal. I mean, I'd want to give that over to Woot. Woot has been electric.
I'm with you on that, and it looks like he might be. He gets the chance to. Devi is eyes trained on this. So if they go too far, that barrel may show. There it is, just a pixel out of place. And Paperrex holding this down. No opportunities given, a little danger at the start. But it's been quelled swiftly.
Nice.
As discipline kicks into effect, Paperrex bringing us back to 10 apiece. Showing this grit and determination they certainly have in
Nah, ini guys, senyum is the key. Senyum is the key.
There's nothing better than a comeback to get your mental in a good position. The pressure is now on Heretics, and you might think the Paperrex of the team are more risk of a mental collapse because you just saw it yesterday.
Jujur mereka nembaknya lagi nggak pada situ ya. Itu abangnya Alec tuh yang kanan.
But remember that Heretics themselves are defined by their incredibly coin-flippy gameplay and those losses in big grand final spots. They'll have to rally, and Woot now picks up the off.
Paperrex starting to feel like themselves again, look like themselves again. All here for something. See this commitment now. Trailing in towards the A site. Now, Curiosity peeking.
Aduh.
Speaking of peeking, almost too many targets in middle. So Woot's going to be the one to draw blood first.
There's a great advantage of playing the double duelist. Can they get another punish on a Pac-Man?
This time it's a little bit more isolated for Woot, though. He's in a bit of trouble and something going to
Kenapa dia-pick lagi,
They come back for the
Ya
fight.
elah, geter cok, Batman cok!
Bad decision from Pac-Man there. I don't know why he takes that engagement.
It felt like desperation, but they're the ones who brought this back to 10 apiece. Great combination on the ults there. Jing is in trouble. A 1v4 required. Playing towards heaven. He's got all 4 players coming his way. Owl drone thrown into the mix. He can't stand as Heretics, given the fights they wanted in middle.
Anjing, nggak bisa kah? Menang 1 gitu loh. Si something nge-pick lagi tadi cok. Harusnya dicabut nggak sih tadi?
Pac-Man out at the beginning. That all makes sense. And the Pac-Man re-swings to try to take an engagement here. Goes super deep out onto Catwalk. You're hoping that you could just catch people off guard, but like you said, that plays completely into Heretics' hands. The double duelist comp on defense wants to fight in mid, wants to lean on the incredible rifling.
And just for clarification's sake, that last time out, it was Heretics. We were sitting there going, there's no way. Well, it wasn't. It was Heretics trying to get themselves back on the right page because, look, you can see that timeline. Bits and pieces, 3 rounds this half, but they're still just in the lead. A quick reminder for Paperrex to keep that mental fortitude in the right place, and for Heretics that it's not over yet. A slow and steady march back for Paperrex, though. Woot looking to try and be confident here.
Both duelists holding hands, making it feel possibly like there's only one of them there. Miniboo, as he leaves, inserts Woot in position with the op.
Woot might get a challenge on this. They're coming back around. The one-man stand against 5. Ult gonna come through. He is alone. He gets revealed. He has to fall off this now. He tried to stick around as late as he could, but it looks like the flood's coming nevertheless. Paperrex at the door. Oh,
ngapain lah? Gue nggak tahu lagi deh guys.
Sends him away. Stunning shot, but something still headstrong in approach. But there's
Nah,
the
gitu dong.
Forsaken. Battering down too.
That is such a sick TP play from Forsaken, and it's still a 3v3. Woot could do damage here. Paperrex have taken a pause, trying to be disciplined, trying to bait Boo into a fight. Woot could be a legend here if he's able to pull it off with the op and the knives.
But he needs his team to keep them funneling towards him near on, get that support right, but they want to fight on CT. The right choice made! That's Forsaken! Wanting to get 5! They've got a great idea where Woot is, and they're leaving him stalking the final prey. Can Woot survive? He cannot under the pressure! Forsaken! 5 kills! Tying up the scoreline!
He's got incredible aim, but what always impresses me about Forsaken is the creativity with what you see him do. How is he here? Look at that! He's in such an aggro spot. Throws a smoke that blooms out on market, gets the TP into it. God, that is stress on the face of
Bang Japet guys. Mana Bang Japet bro?
Forsaken with an ace to get up close to the top of the
scoreboard. Bang Rio, ada ntar kalau ketemu ya.
This is tense stuff, and Heretics trying to find any means to stay alive here. The plan's been seen though. Woot gonna be left alone. Doesn't bail out, and Paperrex push forward. Head first here. Boo standing in their way, but only with the classic. It ain't much to try and stick around with. Gives them a passing bit of damage, but it's really in the arms of Wu to do something about it, and the door is shut on him. Paperrex. I don't know how they pulled this one back, but they certainly have. It's looking like 12 to be carved on the board. A clean fight found for Miniboo though, but down on 5 HP now. No trade, but still barely breathing.
This is where you're looking for Paperrex not to overheat. And Wu, if he can, will try to drag Heretics through with his Bladestorm. Again.
How much can one man do? We saw it in the hands of Forsaken just last round, but Wu needs to kindle some of that magic himself. There's that flash. Gonna connect, but Wu, the first man in, finds a man, drops it, looks for the ball, can't do it! Paperrex up to 12 after a disastrous first half, have recovered and then some here.
That's the grit, that's the mental game that you need to see coming out from them. Brushing off. The greatest players always have short memories when it comes to matches.
It's true.
You can't allow yesterday's match, even the previous map, to affect how you're playing the moment in front of you. Heretics though, back with rifles in hand. No ults to speak of, particularly in Divide, one away from the steel.
Nah, something udah 21 guys. Let's go! Duitnya, aduh.
Back to business for Wu, living life under heavy scrutiny.
Okay, udah nggak ada dash.
Back off from this, but it looks like Paperrex want to scale fast.
Wait. A lot of noise.
Nice!
Divide offered a kill. Playing off a cam perhaps. Rian's trying to take the angle.
How's he got two?
That's ridiculous.
And now, options are plenty for Paperrex.
Udah pasti 1A, 2A, 1B. Udah fix, sabar.
Divide falling, that was the big ultimate that Paperrex had to work with.
Aduh,
So
dua
he
ulti,
does a
Jason,
great job of being able
Batman.
to pick up two, don't get me wrong. But now, they might just have to try to take guns out against Benji Fishy. He is weak, 45 health, and all of the responsibility on this side of the map. He must be a hero.
He's done it before, but this has not been one of his highlight games. There's a lot,
nice!
And that is a quick death, maybe a blessing at this point. But Paperrex doing everything necessary, over deliveries by Divide, but we'll take it.
Okay, ada flash Jason, ada flash Jason.
No option but to fight forward now.
Trying to put the finishing touches on around here in a 4v2.
So close. A great performance, but great may not be enough against this team. Paperrex looking to right their wrongs from that previous series. To get that mental, to get that confidence, to get that danger and fire.
Flash
again, but Wood steps in, bold with the first, but he can't follow up to that.
Sabar, waktu.
To do. Two players at the time is running low. He knows his options are limited, but he's going down swinging. 2 bullets and a
Nicer!
That one is Paperrex.
Comeback is back, comeback. Tuh gue bilang ke Paperrex kalau lagi inform tuh bagus mainnya bro. Lagi inform bro, lagi tenang mereka guys, lagi lumayan lah, tapi nggak sekencang biasa, cuman oke lah. Itu Paperrex yang sebenarnya kayak gitu guys. Kalau kemarin kayak begini coba, enak banget lihat.
They coming today, is it? My family as well, dude. Dude, my mom booked to the finals.
I don't want to be tour guide for the next 6 days, boys. I don't want to be a tour guide.
I haven't seen the Eiffel Tower yet, so we need to win.
Dude, you are leaving 1 hour from Paris, bro. Anytime. You...
Hey, shush.
Selain jago, jersinya bagus juga. Ada buat Bang Japet, gue siapin nanti ada 1. Gue banyak. Nice. Tuh, nice. Mari nonton. Oh, ini 1400 sih LP bro. Ngapain ini dia?
Aduh. Malah petir lagu dia. Teriakin juga kan kata gua. Ya lu yang sabar kata gua. Gantian dulu, orang ganti baju dulu gitu-gitu kan.
Apa ini bro?
Terus?
Gak bisa ya? Gua kira bisa.
Terus pet ada Bang Japet, nanti gue bawain. Oh aduh, ini ada chord ya. Gue udah watch party bro, gue pengen nonton chord D-nya Peleng guys. Belum pulih nih Bang Yo, masih agak dikit goyang. Oke, iya tapi nggak apa-apa guys. Udah better, is better bro. Is like better than ever. Misi minta duit uncle. Udah pada pindah sama 5 star, goddamn. Udah pada mau ke ini guys, goddamn. Goddamn.
Makasih Dang. Dang. Kenapa dia?
Turun mana?
Apa ini bro?
Lihat Dang, lihat apa goblok? Anjing.
Motor lu nyusahin dong.
Lu bawanya nggak bener goblok.
KDM bro. Kocak banget KDM ya. Teret 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 teret. Lah, nonton dari rambut.
Ada berantemnya apa enggak?
Ada.
Terus
Ada gua di
band kita.
Si Pereng tuh band lagi di sebelah.
Iya, yang pakaian.
Tolong Gip.
Aduh, dan satu.
Goblok banget si Doni ini anjing.
Kantong
513.
Motornya nyangkut.
Tolong Gip.
Aduh, dan satu.
Kantong 513.
Ini abangnya mati.
Manage home bikin kunci kan?
Jangan bikin kunci Edki lah, tuh udah.
Edki nggak bisa cinta.
Ya emang nggak bisa ke itu admin ganteng. Jangan bikin kunci.
Oh berarti harus ke admin banget nih.
Yap.
Edki nggak bisa cinta.
Ya emang nggak bisa ke itu admin ganteng.
Teteret teret teret teteret teret teret. Ciala jadi rajin gini nyale bro. Ada Bang Branto. Mana guys? Mana Bang Winda guys? Mana Bang Winda? Masih 40 detik guys. Let's see bro ya. Gue gak sabar sih, ini map 2, map kita bro ya. This is our map bro, our map bro deh. Our map bro deh. Gue pengen bikin baju jas ya guys. Jas yang bagus bro. Jas kayak gimana ya? Gue tuh pengen ini guys. Pengen nonton sidangnya si Maji. Cuman gak tahu deh. Bisa apa enggak guys. Sidangnya Maji tuh jam berapa bro? Watch out.
Papi, sedikit aja papi.
Nanti kamu menghidupin cowok lain, mana mau? Kan jadi ketahuan kan. Wah.
Kita bos, anak kita 2, Badung.
Jas hujan. Jas hujan siapa?
Lihat.
Jas blazer. Blazer.
Orang tua jangan gitu apa? Jadi orang tua, weh. 10. Lu ke 10. Lu ke 10. Mau lagi nggak lu?
Anak-anak katanya ada seragam, cuman seragamnya pada nggak suka nggak tahu. Aku bertahan dalam kesendirian hati. Is it poor? Terlalu tua kali bang. Gue ngeliat ini guys, gue ngeliat referensi jas ya, bagus ya. Jasnya si Uzi. Luzipert. Bagus tuh, jas rapi gitu guys. Ntar gue beli jasa. Beli jas jadi Yang ada tali-talinya gitu keren bagus bro. Map selanjutnya apa sih bro? Ascent lah. Map selanjutnya apa sih? Map selanjutnya? Bind sih harusnya bisa sih bro. Oke sih guys, Bind sih guys.
This is a crazy round because he takes a solo fight which he could have lost.
Event beneran off tadi gara-gara something loncat tadi. Loncat mana guys? Loncat yang mana guys?
Herculean efforts across the board from almost everybody on Paperrex. It started with the first round.
Iya beneran.
Devi was putting up numbers for Forsaken as well. You can pick your poison with the amount of clips they were giving us to put for our HyperX reflex moment, but Devi, as the deliverer in a round like this, pivotal.
The Forsaken Ace, yeah, we could have used a lot of them. To me, it's also the use in the recon might have been good against any other type of players.
Yeah. Tadi lompat di wall itu dia off triple gara itu guys.
And he will go and shoot.
Now they could just see you shoot.
Kirain ikut ke France bang, kagak lah. Gua streamer kecil guys, maaf lah. Gue pasti kota juga sih hari ini guys, cuman ya telat lah.
Back into the game and take map 1, but now that sets the stage for map 2. Let's see what's going on over in the Heretics camp.
Jen here with Nilzinho of Team Heretics. Really just urgency for mental fortitude. How much did you guys talk about that after map 1?
Yeah, quite a lot. Again, I think for us, we had good mental. We just chose to take the wrong fights at the wrong time, basically. I want them to be confident. I want the boys to be confident. But against a team like Paperrex, if you give them
kasih lah anak hati seragam bagus bang nanti guys ya. Kalau ada guys, kalau sempat ya. Soalnya buat baju sekarang ngantri banget guys buat baju baru guys.
Yeah, have good strong mental and try play together as a team.
If you don't mind me asking, was it harder to regroup for you guys because it was so close?
Nah, not really. A loss is a loss, so it's what it is. We move on. We took the positives from that game because there was a lot of positives. So we just focus on that for the next match.
Thank you and best of luck.
Thank you.
And he's right, there were a lot of positives from that match.
Prediksi 2-1 sih kok kagak 2-0. Bind nih bro, Bind Paperrex nih guys.
Those critical rounds, but if you want to talk about some positives for Heretics, we're going to Bind. And even though this is going to be a choice for Paperrex, let's not forget that this was a map, Brendan, where we saw Heretics really show some dominance in that closeout victory against Giant X.
Yeah, they chopped it up with their comp too. I mean, they're running the kind of DRX style of play with this Yura and the Waylay. I'm curious to see if they do continue with it. Looks like they are as well. Just hovering over it because I want to see as well with more reps what this team can do. It looked a bit disjointed. I think.
Moncator Indo ada nggak sih bang? Ada sih guys. Waylay. Oh, dude Waylay's Waylay Yoru.
This comp really test your ability to play tightly together, making sure you're playing off the kind of ping pong approach.
Loncat yang pakai pistol ini bang di wall. Emang itu kenapa guys? Emang biasa aja sih, gue udah tahu pasti lompat bro. Mereka mau press lagi nggak lompat guys kayak begitu.
It's their season, it's their year, it's done, it's finished.
I wonder what approach Paperrex is going to take playing against this composition, because of course with them, it is them picking this bind to be their home ground, and we saw some teams given the space, just playing for the retake. I feel like Paperrex probably is the one that is going to go on the hunt mostly, maybe leaving space and being very quick on those flanks and on those rotations. I want to see how they face up against it, because I think that something did find a lot of form in that second half, and I really think he can keep up that momentum.
You look at these compositions and it's
Waylay-nya bisa ngesel nih bang. Coba kita lihat guys ya, Waylay-nya mini ibu bro. Tapi emang Heretics tuh semenjak dua duelis lebih mengerikan gak sih guys? Mini ibu sama Wood.
Heretics are going to look to get a little creative, Brent, with this Mosquito comp here, and it makes me wonder if whether or not Paperrex is ready for it.
Yeah,
map winnya 100% sama 100% jing.
They saw something they liked, but this is it. Do or die. It's the final chapter potentially for Heretics. If they want to continue their story, it has to be here. It has to be now.
All right, let's find out if we can make it to map 3. Send it back over to your casters.
Kita maksudnya kita kota.
And as Brent said, this could be the final chapter here, especially for Heretics. So time to put pen to paper and rewrite that story. An opportunity is in front of them. They have this comp to come in with. But how do you think this fares up against Paperrex?
Bind sih PD kita ya belum kalah soalnya guys, tapi let's see bro.
2-0.
Mainnya Paperrex tuh menurut gua kreatif banget bro. Mainnya Paperrex tuh permainannya karena ada TP dia kreatif parah bro. Kalau si Something panas lagi sih enak sih bro ini bro. Ini mapnya Something soalnya. Paperrex. Which team will win more pistol rounds in this map? Paperrex, bro. Let's go!
DRX have so many different ideas with this comp.
Kita bisa, kita pasti bisa menangkan gamenya. Kita bisa, kita pasti bisa.
Because he did fall off a little bit in that second
Karena
half.
kita sudah berusaha.
On defense after having a really good attack side. So if you can pick himself up again here on the entry, maybe he can wipe away those thoughts of elimination.
Yo guys, bisa guys. Relax.
There are 3 players in spawn. They are simply rotating off noise.
That's madness. Just waiting for the go signal, which is towards A. So actually worked out quite well, understanding maybe the simplicity of this composition. That early TP is in effect. They are surrounded on all fronts. Heretics walking into a massacre. Paperrex, right place, right time, and absolutely landing everything. This is going to be a horrific wake-up call for Heretics. Again, the caliber so high here in Champions. You don't get rest. You don't get easy rounds.
It's just a perfect anticipation as well, isn't it, of exactly what Heretics were going for. If it was a B hit, you would have seen those 3 players in spawn go over towards where Something was playing. Instead, Something dives through the teleport and puts pressure on Heretics. With it all to do, he's been fabulous.
Nice.
You're never winning in that spot. You just never winning.
Kereta Paperrex guys.
Paperrex had 5 players ready to fight and a gate crash over to B if there was a pivot in the mid round. There's util, there's spam. You just can't get.
There's no way out. There's no way out.
Once you've been hard red like that, the pistol round is over. And it's a bad start. Bad start for a Heretics squad who are playing on their opponent's map pick.
Kalau main cepat, Paperrex sudah ngeri sih bro.
Not super comfortable on, and it's for their champion's life.
Talking about understanding tendencies and kind of getting those sort of reads. Mini's watched Heretics a long time now as well. Very acutely aware of what's coming in, so maybe some of these little concepts we sat in the pocket there.
I think too, this comp feels like an APAC comp. It feels like a Pacific comp. So I think that's an area as well where Paperrex are perfectly happy playing against that kind of style. If it's all in, if it's not very much slow and defaulting and baiting them into overextending, they are great in defensive spots where they can just run at their opponent.
It's almost the Paperrex plan, right? In a weird way at times. No one can do it quite as good as them. And look at this again, just another opportunity to go farming. Bloody hell, if this is how it goes. It's too early in the day to be witnessing stuff like this. It ain't past the watershed.
So fast. Good.
What are you doing to him?
Good. This is good. Very good. Very well. Jangan ribut, jangan bawel.
Met with a barrage of utility, so.
So fast, so good, and so fast, guys, yeah?
Actually focused a lot more on B execs when we last saw them play on bind. So maybe just trying to mix things up early on and work off the fact that they think Paperrex will have done some anti based on that last match result. But they've got to get on the board here. And it's dangerous weaponry. You see Something with the judge and the fights that Paperrex take, I am always worried that they can get huge value out of picks like that.
Go. More standard start, right? Default out. Take your time.
Oke, relax. Nggak akan mau dia kayak main di UK deh. Tahu shotgun, babi.
Has pulled Pemain over in this direction. Weakened the A site slightly, but it's not like Team Heretics are too far forward.
Ayo bisa Paperrex, let's go. Bonus round santai, kita dapat senjata itu punya satu doang. Ini dua shotgun, dua ini.
Can't ignore hookah, right? Because that crossfire will kick into effect, even if it's the judge there.
They can smoke it off though. Boo's still with 3 to work with, and then Benji can go really late, but it's very dangerous.
Okay, now starting to split back across, looking like a 3-2, and the curiosity killing Divide there pretty much. Maybe wanting that information. And something has to play into the corner.
Oh,
no. No. This could be a disaster. And he's waited. He knew there was a fade nearby as well. It is another massacre again. Heretics.
Oh, yes. Gak kena cek bro, florernya bro.
That's an incredible blunder from the most consistent player on Heretics. Rienz will be kicking himself that he didn't put the Prowler into the corner properly there. That's the whole purpose of that piece of utility. And something with great patience. You know, Alex was saying that they are nervous out there. But he doesn't look it. He looks composed in a spot like that. It's a rare mistake.
Oke, tenang, jangan terlalu excited biasa guys. Terlalu excited tak bagus guys ya, tenang.
Standing up, telling him that could shake a lesser player. And Heretics feeling iced out here, right? You've not had a glance in. It feels like they haven't even been able to get towards the sites particularly. Locked off by Shower, locked off here toward B. And something times takes strides here. A show of dominance. An outstay is welcome, but has to be cautious. Still a threat to be found, even in this round. Stingers, Sheriffs, looking for an opportunity and a body to drop. They've got it.
Ya elah, ini lagi bro, apa sih?
Looking like there's a fire underneath them.
Ya Allah, dan senjata babi
jumps into his own snake bite, lucky not to get punished. Somehow, in the Chaos, coming away with 2. Paperrex not ready for that.
Batman's here pretty quick though. He's going to be watched on the drop down by Wood if he does go for it. Trying to send out the C's. Doesn't quite get a catch. Still a lot of players dedicated towards site itself. Prowler, the Horn, all coming through. So Paperrex feeling like they're getting closer, but they still got so many bodies to try and play this through with Jing. Flies in, it's fantastic, but Heretics.
Ya elah, apa sih?
The backline holding this time, turning.
Babi lah.
Thrifty in their favor.
They needed a round like that, and I think they did just throw caution to the wind.
Yes.
The way even that Rienz peeked over towards Fountain was almost like he wanted redemption for the mistake that he made in the prior. He just swung it with a Sheriff, desperate to try to take a fight. And like I said, it's a bit weird the way that they even
nggak ngecek bro Sam.
They throw the smokes for front side control. Miniboo goes diving backwards, but they're on a
Ya
different page in terms of how they want to take
Thrifty
the fight.
hari-hari
It still just
babi
works out because
buang-buang
they're
aja
brave about
waktu
it.
bro.
Because they hold W against the Kings at
Jadi
WJ.
kaya udah miskin, jadi kaya lagi bro.
And something's got his operator in this spot. The Prowler broken.
He's still going to be present on the site. Has to fall back a little, but not a lot. New line gathered and a new body to be dropped. Takes away Boo from the equation. Smoke's now limited, if not none. This is a problem to be had. 3 players locked in towards long. A pop flash to go for it, and they fancy a look. They fancy a chance. And Divide just boom!
Nice. That's it bro. Gitu bro, tenang aja bro.
Lethal as ever.
Something OP itu udah paling enak lihat ya bro cara main bro.
Super sick.
It's Divayu's on the cutting edge of it, but there's a flash horn combo, I believe, up over the top. That is just perfect for them.
Oh.
The C's on top too. Double assists off the back of Device 2K. And they stuff Heretics over towards the teleport. Jing was itching to go through the sand crunch with his showstopper too, but he saves it.
There.
3 rifles for Heretics to try to make something happen in this round.
I'm a little bit worried. The Heretics are just going through the motions here, man. This looks a little bit lackluster still.
Well, they've got great opportunities here. You know, Rienz can take away the audio cues and Wu can spring out with a shorty. But no, Forsaken just sprays down 2 of them.
You will not be moved. Wherever you go, there is a brick wall of defense. Get your 5. The crowd calls for it, and Forsaken will not get it this time. Benji putting up numbers as best he could. But this is 5-1, and Heretics looking shut out.
Forsaken loves taking those aggressive fights over towards short. And he's just putting in a little bit of spam, anticipating that they were going to go for a short pop, and he's so right. I mean, look at it from his perspective. Oh, he's just gifted those 2. On the most common line that you would spam down, finds the perfect timing, and Heretics run into the bullets. I think the only advantage there, the only silver lining for Heretics is that they didn't burn those big ultimates. They were about to set up, I think, for a Fade Ult Euro Ult combo, and they still have that to be able to work with in the next, but they need a round on the board. stat.
God, to say the least.
It's the exact mirror image of map 1, right? It's
true.
the other team getting out to a hot start, and we're asking the same kind of questions. Both of these squads known for having that negative voice in the back of your head. See the body language here from Minibu, a player under quite a bit of stress, but can you answer back? Can you step up? Can you still be brave and find those moments?
Yang menang abis ini lawan last boss, Aspas apa DRX? Predik Bang Cio, kayak DRX sih. Kayaknya DRX sih menurut gua. DRX bakal bangkit.
Boys to be checked in on. You can see Weber and Niels both trying to have a chat there, get them back in the right place. Again, pressure like this, some focus, some fold. And the factor is you only ever find out in games like this. 5-1 though. Paperrex showing
Mute lagi bagus ini,
exactly why there's such a scary side. For Heretics, it has to start now.
Their ult play execution was really nice on the attack side of Ascent, Heretics. They got a huge amount to work with here.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Speak about confidence, he flies off the rip. Pac-Man wanted to be involved in this, but now it's just ult on, and Pac-Man, can you live? Can you survive?
Ya, dia nggak ngeluarin senjata, bro.
Buried in the site, looking open, looking available. Investing those ults correctly here. Trying to take that space towards backside.
Right, goes for a peek, what a timing!
Oh, and a follow-up! No way are they getting away with this one!
Yeah.
Boo trying to hold things together! It's just pure chaos!
What an insane teleport!
He's still here. Something still around, and Heretics none the wiser. They do not know where something is. You can see the hesitation, the caution. And he waits for just a moment. Pausing, letting that moment stew, and the information now is there. Something. Oh!
Aduh.
You almost felt it line up. But Boost.
Dia kalau pakai rifle menang tuh something tuh, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, Heretics relying on the ult plays to be able to get themselves into a situation, and the Paperrex do the most Paperrex stuff of all time, trying to fight instantly to disrupt, and then taking timings through smokes. Divide just finds the best timing he possibly could there. And something tries to TP into his own team's brim.
Tuh Jason harusnya dapat satu, bro.
That's a sick round to watch. But crucially, it's the footing, the toehold that Heretics need to keep the game competitive.
But it's a climb, and they are not stepping down yet. Something.
Apaan sih? Buru-buru banget. Apa buru-buru banget di something lari-lari mulu, Cok?
He's been rock solid when his teams needed him actually across both maps. He's not putting up the biggest numbers, but he's been.
Kok udah kebiasaan, Cok, itu, Cok.
When it's mattered.
Kalau lagi panas begitu, bro, penyakit, bro, ngeras langsung, bro. Itu mereka nungguin pasti, bro, si Bubu ini, babi. Buang-buang duit kan, mulai anjing.
Still fade ults on both sides. Pac-Man taking a look quite passively actually at the moment over towards B long, but still with full fade utility to work with. Not really anticipating Heretics perhaps contacting up, but he's holding.
Oh, it's a fine angle, isn't it?
It's a reaction test.
Prowler. Forcing him off the slightly deeper line. Step back. Falls in for the crossfire. Has to win the 1v1. Forsaken's got his back. Great reveal. Now can he handle the flood coming his way? He's up for the test on the first. Passes were flying close, but swarmed in the end. And a consideration of the ult, but they feel that maybe they could go for something better. There it is, Benji. Going for the optimal if he could with a spray. It's not bad from Jing, but unconfirmed. There's Devi in all of this. Jing trying to keep all of that attention. Devi.
Ya elah, Fai.
Talk about critical kills. Boo is doing this again.
Tuh kalau Devi dapat enak banget dia, sumpah, guys.
Almost bookending this. As it looks like Jing's options are here to save.
And Heretics are finding more value now over towards B. We saw them go for those kind of showers pushes earlier on. But the default
tuh, ini semua tuh kadang-kadang tuh gara-gara something early push, kalau nggak dapat kalah karena dia. Gacanya begitu, bro. Something push nggak dapat kalah deh.
Jing, can he keep an op online? I think he'll be able to save this one easily over towards Cave.
Oh, but you talk about necessity for Heretics. These couple of rounds have felt hard fought for too.
They definitely have. The entry's in. I'm interested as to how Forsaken even gets this opening kill. Oh, he's playing out in front of the smoke, so he knows that Hookah's going to get smoked off and steps out onto the box. Yeah. He's so good at playing around those kind of situations.
Ya, dia kalau nembak lagi dapat tuh, guys.
It took everything though.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, you're utilizing.
It's cycling ults, man.
Yeah, basically every ult available. And so now, as things get a little drier, a little more even, maybe favor back in Paperrex's side.
Something still hunting with these early impact kills, but he's got that deep line to sit on.
Dia tahu tuh OP tuh.
Play off that if they fancy. Even the haunt to be added in for good measure.
Throwing out his clone and putting it through the doors.
Sabar aja, sabar.
Towards the teleport. Again, Paperrex here. Now that they're on the deep B line, they're getting the stack in the right place over towards A. They're worried. They are worried about showers. That clone making a lot of noise over there.
Emang, relax.
That position you feel is good for a few potentially.
Notice how nobody is really taking space in short because you're concerned too about Forsaken spamming and just getting a couple freebies.
Well, it's a sign of presence. 3-2 split perhaps. So cautious here, Heretics. Don't really have that get out gel free card with any of these ults. Still have re-ends, but that's about all they've got here.
30 seconds.
Aggression noted towards Shower. Horn goes in, it's commitment time, and it's Pemain today! Who's getting the double? Who's getting the triple? PRX always right place, right time!
Pemain panas gini kan enak guys ya.
For an answer.
A 4K from Pemain comes out of nowhere, man. What an insane defensive setup. Team Heretics was so cautious and so patient getting themselves into position. He gets Woot in the midst of that. That's mad. Woot already had a TP set up towards default.
And it's scarier when they're having fun. I know that sounds silly, but there's no weight on their shoulders now. They've got that first map behind them. They've got a bit of comfort in that. They're playing well together. This feels dangerous if you're Heretics. Hell, you only had to look at the scoreline to know that. But again, the tension looking like it's been relieved from Paperrex now. Forsaken did do nasty business down here before, just on the preemptive corners, but he's been caught this time. Dealt with Jing, unchecked on. Oh, still does so much damage taken away too. 3v3.
But those are guns given away and an opportunity now for Heretics to reset. They've got an open B side, but they could just slow the tempo down.
Ngapain something sih? Ih, aneh banget nih orang, sumpah cok, bikin kalah babi.
Slow down that pace. You don't need to barrel forward.
Ngapain something cok, masuk tuh keluar TP bro. Aneh banget nih orang guys, lihat guys.
You've lurked your way in. Really nicely called tempo shift there from Boo. After a good double dive with the duelist. I was worried at the previous exec.
Something, tolonglah something yang bener dikit bro, ngide banget bro jadi gameplaynya ji. Kalau jadi balik ke setelan awal bro.
Fast as possible. Did get worried that Jing was going to be getting more than he did, but he brought it back into a reasonable range. Again, you're looking at the shields here. It's only really Miniboo who's got that light shield beside him, so Boo and Woot a bit vulnerable, and Divide gets the operator. Trying to work this one out here. And cresting this corner, he will have an opportunity. First,
miss lagi anjing.
And a new lease of life. Divide back in.
Nggak bisa dong, Fai, begitu Fai anjing.
Pemain couldn't quite make it there in time.
Gara-gara something mulu kalahnya dari tadi, guys.
The 1v3 is a lot to demand, especially in these positions. Heretics would be absolutely fumbling this if they let it drop. Batman trying to path toward an isolated player.
Probably anticipating the Boo's going to be playing off the molly back here somewhere. Instead, it is his younger brother picking things up over towards Market.
He's being given nothing.
Yeah, Batman got a 4K in the previous, but here doesn't even have an opportunity.
Really
Team
nicely
Heretics
called there from Heretics.
Yeah,
though.
Team Heretics comp is so much about the ideas that you bring. And I think that's one of the reasons why DRX have been so excellent with it on their attack sides, because they are a theory-based team. They come in with a lot of set plays. This is one of the first that looks great from Heretics, right? It's an eco-round idea where they jump on top of the Lamps player who's going to be playing that angle a bit more aggro. They're in with both duelists really quickly. Viper Wall separates off any crossfire that would be coming from Pocket, and then you can isolate Jing for another kill as well. If they bring this level of creativity and theory into their other execs, they might still be able to recover.
It's not over yet. We are asking them to operate at such a high level consistently, and the money's still here, and Jing still feeling aggressive. This time handled, but a trade out. Forsaken trying to just get away. Stim barely getting him at regular speed, but he does make it towards backside and safety. And a 1-for-1 trade up.
Ayo dong, tolong something. Lu biasa pedes banget di sini bro. Kenapa jadi turu begini something?
Trying to abuse the fact that Heretics are Running these defaults over on the A side. Boo versus Pac-Man.
Talked about critical kills, and Boo has had them in droves now.
Balik nggak sih? Balik nggak sih?
Great find from him, very diligent, but it doesn't mean you still have access to the sites.
Don't like that walk up from Woot as well when you know that you've got space over towards B. Maybe he was going for that anyway.
Something's beating them to the rotation, though. He's in position. Fantastic find towards Benji. He doesn't even know how close he is to being another killer. Something, though, going to take the space with a shorty, play to that smoke, and the expectation is there from Heretics. Something keeping this space secure. The ult from above, Boo might just burn alive. Has to try and fall away, but Forsaken going to claim it with the ult, leaving just Riens to try and keep this one in their hands. No Horn to try and hide behind. No help on the way.
Oke, sabar.
It's a pure 1v3.
Jason dapat
This is
luar.
a horrific
Jason dapat.
scenario
Itu
to
dia.
try and get out of, but Forsaken, how many multi-kills is this man gonna get?
Jason lagi pas banget, mantap, Cok.
But it starts out here with both teams trading their duelist. It was a good punish on Pac-Man too. They realized that they had an open B site. Maybe another opportunity for Boo to slow the game down there, but he decides to send it onto B, send the plant as well. On the defense side, Heretics recently won on Bind because he was sticking those
Lapan yuk.
body in those situations. Now he's got an ult to play around, and Miniboo can be a playmaker. If he can land a saturate, get a dash, play his ult, Heretics can still make something of this half.
It's 4 implied to begin down towards Sand. 3 in actuality.
I mean, that could be a sicko waylay ult, but Miniboo doesn't go for it.
Could you imagine? Bodies, though, to be noted early here. Those footsteps will have been heard, so Heretics might be on red alert, but still on approach here. Straight through long. Oh, Jing.
Gue kira kena tuh bro anjing. Kota mana-mana. Kelar ini guys, makanya 2-0 ini biar cepet bro.
The risk is that Benji is going to walk straight into this op. Something is on such a deep line.
Aduh!
Shot, but information.
Only on a lurker. It doesn't really tell you too much when you don't see a duelist or the fade.
Oh, Divide. You can see the curiosity. Riens calling in for support here. And it takes a lot to take one down, but you'll take that at this point.
Davide tuh bisa pakai molly loh. Molly cabut terus.
The ult from Wu can give them information on where to put the waylay. And they're actually leaving it. Yeah, complete fake. And something's left his deep line.
It's on Something who's been having caught there. Wu couldn't get away. Something playing a safer line here, a little bit more passive, just trying to hold that security for the rotations. They're going to give up the plant on this unless they have util for it, and they don't. So they're all going to come in. They try and overcompensate and play backside. No, they're going to play security. Miniboo, though, going to find one. Goes for a big swing, but it's Riens to tip the scales in their favor in a 3v2. Going to need something to land a couple here. Just a shot goes astray. Benji backpedaling towards showers, and security looking like they've got some really good position.
Ya elah, Ji! Nembak apa sih?
Something on 21 HP.
75 bro.
He's given them some magic before. It's not being given much now.
Hold on. Bulldog in hand, it's not the best weapon for the job, and Boo's trying to make it much more difficult with the molly down there. I don't think this one's going to be possible.
Heretics, they've had to pull out all the stops here, man. This has been a very hard for just 5 rounds. Something tries to finish with a flourish, but 7-5 is competitive here after what felt like an absolute blowout of the beginning.
I think they did a good job of recovering that. We're worried about the mentals of both of these teams, and I think you can start to feel a bit more confident about Heretics.
Bang, kamu baik, I love you. Kenapa sih gua apa bro? Jelas banget. Ayo guys, bisa guys, anjing. Padahal bisa jauh skornya guys ini guys. Map ini bisa jauh padahal ya. Banyak ke-throw aja guys. 2 round kalah gara-gara OP maju sama masuk ke TP. 1 round beberapa round itu kayak nggak kena gitu guys. Stres jambu bro. Jambu lagi stres ya guys. Lagi mode ngapain tuh? Tripti 2 kali ya bro. Ku merasakan apa yang ku rasakan. Pemain udah dibaca tim-tim lain bang, betul. Itu nggak salah guys. Nggak boleh overhit bang, doain aja guys, nggak overhit guys. Attacker sih, gue lebih suka attacker Paperrex sih. Semoga attackernya nggak tumpul ya. Semoga aja guys, attackernya nggak tumpul bro. Kalau tumpul bahaya bro.
Does feel a little like map 1 in a way there. Off to a very fast start for Paperrex this time. But the resilience kicked in for Heretics, but it did feel like it took just about everything. Every ult coming in, great calling from Boo, some key kills there, understanding this.
Gila Jason Patman ngeri gini bro, Jason Patman bro.
No. I have absolutely no clue.
Well, it's so difficult to predict, isn't it?
Maria makasih. Iya sama-sama. Thank you Wolfie ya. Sama-sama Wolfie, aman. Ada Udin guys. Tanpa lagu ku bilang kamu yang paling paham. Dua jadi satu.
And I think this comp becomes more difficult to play on defense from Heretics' perspective. It's tougher as the Waylay to know when you want to use that utility. A lot of what Heretics were doing was playing for retake, which might be a good idea against Paperrex actually, because they do come at you with such force at the beginning of these rounds, but you've got to be clinical afterwards to be able to win in those spots.
It's a little bit of a scary combo towards the top. Patman, Forsaken, Jing, all looking really sharp on that first half.
And a big difference in terms of the pistol success rate too. Paperrex, they've been better in the tournament. They dominated Heretics in the early pistol round 1. Have they got a good game plan here?
Paperrex juara bang, dia Subaton. Oh banget ku Subaton guys.
Allows Benji Fishy to stay on a more aggressive line. And Miniboo's confident, wants to try to take a fight, wants to do a bit of spamming, but as he reloads, Paperrex walk up.
And look how close they are already. Forsaken, Jing, both towards site. There's a lot to handle, but it's Wu to then pick up the mantle, take over and find 2. And Benji back there in the space. Towards the spike itself.
Ya elah nih mati sama 3 orang bro.
Disallowing any further steps from PRX. Pretty much held on this little short walk up.
Really sick round from Woot so far. Benji loses that duel to device, so an opening here for Paperrex, but the spike down in pocket still. A flank coming through from Boo, and if he falls, more danger.
Yeah, Woot's the danger man, sure, but Divide didn't take that much damage, still on 70. Batman seems so acutely aware there's a chance of this flank.
Boo's playing it great though, just containing.
Doesn't need to do too much more. You should be able to put it somewhat safely in the hands of the 2 there and then slowly squeeze as is needed, but they're still looking for this kill. They'd love one. And Boo now on the tap of the spike will move closer. Lovely reveal. That was absolutely fantastic.
Recon nggak ditembak.
Enough how well that helped things.
It's Woot's flash as well that sets up the horn, can't be broken. And Woot, at every point here, excellent. The way that he trades out to great kills. Certainly they hadn't realized that Paperrex was that deep. Bang on with that, but Woot's there. Using Miniboo as a little piece of bait.
Let's go.
And Miniboo's happy about it. So a pistol that they desperately needed, looking to try to tie the game up. And this is tension.
Oh yeah. Start feeling a little bit of that heaviness of the game again. For Paperrex, we saw it in kind of that first half as well, how I guess the levity of the situation coming in a bit more, feeling a little bit, you know, having fun almost, kind of kindling some of that.
They were singing and dancing.
Yeah, calmness and happiness. This might remind them that it's not quite there yet. Still a bit of threat. This normally opens up 2 potential rounds and re-ends. Catch Jing near on for free. And away we go.
Of course. That is a ridiculous use of the refract. Well, Miniboo just applying pressure there to the Sand people and trying to see if he can get a little bit of information.
Yeah, Divine really the only danger man you'd imagine. That sheriff, everyone else was classic, so
kalau menang sih GG ya, kalau bisa menang ya. Serip doang bro.
First time we've seen something go astray though. Couple more seconds on the haunt being back into play.
Yeah, well, I mean, Heretics have only got 2 people here, and Miniboo's going to have to have big value. Doesn't have his saturate to be able to play around anymore. They need a bit of assistance. And Paperrex are getting a lot of value out of walking up behind Devi's wall.
Yeah, they've made it pretty far at this point. Playing towards Tribox and Shower. I don't say giving up the plant, but it feels like they are. So something waiting, Forsaken waiting, Miniboo, blind reward. Forsaken having to try and save them, but by now I think we know it numerically. This becomes improbable, if not impossible. Devi, make me a believer. 20 seconds. He's still got a man on site. Oh! He doesn't anymore! And maybe I am a believer now. 13 seconds, the plant will be here.
10 seconds left.
Given away. Second time of asking, one bullet. All he had to play with in the Stinger, forced to hit this plant now. Benji closing in. This is looking lethal. 2 bullets to the Sheriff.
Aduh.
A desperate attempt, a brilliant try, but not enough today.
Aman, dapat plan, mati 3 bro.
Damage done a little bit to Heretics' economy. And I think despite the losses early on here in this half, you can see that Forsaken's got the read, the coaching staff of Paperrex have got the read that Heretics are going to want to play for retake. Because you're right, they're getting free plants down. They're getting that walk into front side of A, and they're being able to set up for a bit of post-plant aggression. So,
ini nggak boleh kalah bro ya.
Prepped here. It's just about the execution. It's just about finding those moments where you can surprise.
Something, ayo something. Tapi something nggak minus sih guys. Killnya nggak minus bro.
This round though, critical.
Bang, Caster Indo bang, lebih suka Caster Inggris guys, kalian
Put
belajar.
up by Heretics, because then Paperrex, all of those nagging voices are going to start
again, a little louder.
thinking back to Lotus.
And that's the one that's on the horizon, isn't it? I know a lot of us would love to see it. Almost feels poetic if we get there, but an opportunity to close this out in 2 for Paperrex. Good purchase here. And the bonus for Heretics, far from pretty.
3 players stacked up towards B long, but they all leave at the same time. A little strange. Boo comes back to try to pick up this info. Ooh. A chance for Jing to punish.
Kalau dapat enak batu guys, sumpah guys.
Notoriously explosive player as well. You've always got to be on your guard if he's nearby. There's Devi looking sharp as well from that previous. Got to be feeling himself after that. Even not in the conversion.
They're looking to try to push back Boo and Riens in these positions. A little bit of short control for Heretics, but not enough to go for a sand crunch here. I should be fairly safe.
Third man now in attendance towards B. Rotation called over. See how this looks. How's that pressure? Jing. Usual scaling, caught by Boo. This is getting dangerous though. Pac-Man on the fight back, that's lovely. Held off towards long, this gets dangerous, and look at the corner Boo is playing in. But they still clear, they absolutely do. Great prowler there, just ensuring the first missed, but found in the end.
All committed, they really want to win this. 4v3, looking to try to scrap, but now sitting back a little, allowing Paperrex to sight. They can play the player advantage retake.
Certainly can, and with weaker weapons, you have to take all advantages. Backs to the wall, Paperrex normally come out swinging.
Aggression, initiative.
Always the plan. Forsaken waiting on this corner. Not alone, but Boo still worth his weight in gold. Takes one down with him, but it's Devi to double down. Trying to secure what looks like a dangerous round, and Pac-Man with a rather uncharacteristic miss there. Finds himself in the cubby, but a quick made. Crossfire.
One enemy.
And that's lovely from Devi.
Nice fire.
Lovely work from him in the last couple of rounds. Showing
Devi tenang banget bro, anjir.
And that piece of post-plant aggression is what you need to see from Paperrex too. If Heretics are going to allow you to get the plant down and they're going to play for advantage retakes, you need to stabilize that advantage by actually making a play yourself like this. Pushing through, finding these 2 couple of kills on longer sight lines with a Vandal.
Ya bersih banget. Ini orang tenang banget nembaknya.
Oh, thank God. Do I hate it when they do that?
Heretics though, they had to wait for Miniboo to come all the way around on the retake. Now they've got rifles. Jing with a judge. Got to create a game plan around putting him in lamps or something, don't you?
You'd imagine, right? But what the hell is this beginning? No, that felt
far
too short.
Well, the flash just wasn't good enough there to set Miniboo up. It's an idea. I'll give him that.
Doesn't mean it's a good idea. There's now a man
Habisin dulu utilnya.
for Paperrex. They'll take that as a beginning.
Nice.
Bold look into an 8-7 lead for Paperrex. 3-man stack. Are they looking to kill Pac-Man here?
Oh, the perfect timing. They know now that he's retreated. They'll be so fast on the flank. They're giving it away, though.
I thought they'd be a bit more subtle with this. If anything, it spurs Paperrex on now, and Boo looking vulnerable. He's trying to keep back the flood on his own, and Pac-Man very aware. Great damage, good seas. This is exceptional, but he does get cleared. With security found on the site and the plant in play. It's a 3v4.
Dropped.
Oh, Boo! He was just trying to play his life for so long. Eventually found him. The remaining two seem obvious.
Apa sih ke-pick fight?
Sharp as ever. Trying to do what he can to recover what feels like a lost round. 3 more targets and a very little amount of time to play with. Jing noted, but that's it.
Something aggressive, confident, already on the flank, up through short.
Oh, they're not even going to be thinking about that yet. They've got too many problems right in front of them, but the danger was always behind, and the crunch should be here.
Nice.
Cannot do enough.
Okay. Bisa guys.
Brilliant here.
I don't quite understand what's going on with the Viper ult in the post plant, but all good. Paperrex handled that very nicely. This early play just wasn't enough to try to set Miniboo up. It's maybe just straight up unlucky there that something is tucked so close to the wall he doesn't get hit by the flash. But they weren't particularly subtle with the triple push out through sand. When Pac-Man spams a little bit into hookah and then you don't see him, I think you can have the read in that spot. You just contact up and take the fight against him, but
especially there's 3 of you.
Yeah, they flash pushed out just in case there was another couple.
Kenapa nggak begini ya pas lawan Fnatic kemarin guys? Kalau begini menurut gua masih ada possibility sih guys. Kalau begini dari kemarin bro.
They, Team Heretics that is, are now dropped onto an eco round, and it's desperate territory once more. Just these two that have been put together back to back with Paperrex apply so much pressure.
Yeah, you're feeling every second in this timeout now for Heretics. That scoreline starting to feel such a threat.
Chronicle sama Kajak nge-cheat kemarin. Kalah M kemarin bro, kemarin terlalu hype bang.
2-0 doesn't look impossible.
Ya saving harusnya sih guys, saving dia. Ah saving kan. Tolong ya, tolong. Kutukan Thrifty-nya pergi dulu jauh-jauh, tolong. Tolong kutukan Thrifty pergi yang jauh ya. Tolong kutukan Thrifty pergi yang jauh, Brody. Ya. Wah, di-push bro, B-nya bro.
They've got the Marshall Sheriff idea playing over towards Showers, but my eyes are glued onto Miniboo because I think this is the spot where he needs to be taking a couple of liberties and trying to get his read on the game.
See if he's up for it. Frustrating probably in the last round, so has to get himself back on the right page. Playing on that corner. Looking like he's ready for this too.
It can be really difficult to proactively play the Waylay on defense. It's quite easy when your opponents are coming into you.
Okay. Luckily the wall not going his way, so he does get to stay on this line.
That's his own saturate.
Great.
Back over towards A. Boo and Woot still out here with that Marshall Sheriff combo. But you can't really get the value through the smoke you're looking for. They need rotates in fast.
They're getting there, but it is going to be slightly behind the curve now. And spray and pray ain't going to be answered. It's Rien's only landing one back. Forsaken up at the helm, but Woot does well. No, it ain't over yet. As Heretics fighting tooth and nail for this. Everything they've got. Benji desperately doing this himself if he has to.
Apaan sih? Apaan sih? Gak jelas banget, Cok.
Miracles answered now.
Apain, Cok?
Finding that value from such a tough position.
Apain sih? Sumpah gak jelas banget, Cok. Gak tahu dah gua.
It's a disastrous opening, obviously, but
Apa
the
sih?
recovery was immaculate. Jing, blinded up by Woot, wanders into the smoke for a free kill on Benji. Benji then picks up a rifle, just as Forsaken drops one and picks up the Marshall. Those are the kind of miraculous rounds, a MasterCard 50 that get you back into games like this. Because it swung the
Gak jelas
economy
banget, Cok. Apa sih?
That's all it took. One round and it's game back on. 9-8. No rest for the Wicked here. As Paperrex asked to do something similar, right back to Heretics. But as you said, that
Serif loh, Serif lawannya babi.
Much better now for Heretics. Maybe confidence too.
Bring them down.
I think as long as Paperrex don't waste some of their ultimates in this round, though, they'll be straight back on the horse. You just can't allow the moment to get to you. Of course, if they get an opportunity to really hammer things home, then fair enough.
Well, it's fine margins, and Jing wants in. He's found a body. Takes away Woot, but Rien's quick on the trade. Does have the help from Boo here from up above, and the rotation coming through from Miniboo. This isn't an isolated effort anymore, and stall on the plant.
Benji still has to stay over towards B in case there's a pivot through that teleport.
They want this. A pre-take near on, and it's worked wonders this time. Minibu and Rien's fighting back for the site. There's something looking for an upgrade. Gets himself a Sheriff as Forsaken still alive. Mr. Multi-kill so far. But Heretics should play composed here. Triple swing. Great call. Great discipline. And now we're back at 9 apiece.
Gara-gara thrifty babi lah.
Nggak
jelas banget. Kenapa sih di push pas push udah dapat 2 udah cabut gitu ya?
The comeback in the first map from Paperrex. Here, the confidence from Minibu in a spot like this. It's an anti-eco. He still goes for the aggressive play that his team needs to set the others up. Gets a pick off the back of it too. A reminder, Minibu only got 2 kills. He went 2 and 12 on the defense side of Ascent. And now here already with 4, doubling that. And I think it's more difficult to play the Waylay on defense than it is to play the Yoru, for example, on Ascent. But he's out here. He's putting it all on the line. That's what you want from both of these teams. 9-9, still with ults to play with both sides.
Come on lah, disiplin gak sih? Disiplin guys, bisa guys. Fokus, disiplin, semangat, yuk bisa yuk. Ayo, kenapa harus overpick mulu bro tadi bro? Jatah kalian punya banyak.
Once the guns are on board here, Paperrex have been the better team. I don't think you need to be too worried about it, but they're going to burn their first time out to have a little discussion.
I don't mind it. It does give chance though for Heretics to check in as well. See a chance there for them to get everything right. As you noted, a couple of these ults on both sides now. Maybe a quick reminder of something they have in mind. But the buy's still far from perfect if you are looking at the Paperrex boys. Light shields across the board are at least going to be up on the
Duitnya langsung banyak coy anjir TH. Nang thrifty babi gara-gara thrifty guys.
See if they can answer back. I think I'm with you on that though. When it came to the gun rounds, they have looked very, very solid. Good ideas, good approaches. That grit though for Heretics, keeping them very present. Especially in the scoreline.
I want to see Paperrex when they get into sites not focus on getting the plant down too much because Heretics have got crazy plant denial. Take the fight, take the extra step further and try to engage the Heretics players.
It's a rare day, you have to encourage them to go aggressive. It feels like it's normally very much in the DNA. It would be nice to see that little bit deeper fact-finding.
Oh, and they've got the ults to play for it this round.
Right, something searching deep on this. Still 2 players on the site, so it's certainly not a free take. Something's got to be careful. Ult comes in. Something back with the boys. We're trying to hold the line from backside, but it's Heretics trading in 2 for 1. Site still not secure and plant certainly not down. Boop just trying to stay alive through the smoke pretty much.
Ayolah bro, come on
Each
bro.
other like ships in the night. Forsaken a little bit deeper than maybe they'd expect, but he can't do anything with it. This time something in Divine left, looking vulnerable. Easy to find, and Heretics finding stability. In the final round.
Ulti semua keluar tapi nggak ada yang dapat bro.
They're controlling that aggression really nicely here on the defense side. Paperrex though, they go for that additional layer I'm talking about, but as they flash, the smokes are still up.
Nggak ada smoke di situ bro.
And the synergy they're going for with their ultimates, well, Pemain didn't catch a single player in the fade ult. They didn't have the info to be able to put that in the right place. It didn't set up something for the pick.
Stealing my kills.
So not the perfect execution there from Paperrex, and you see the frustration from Alex. They've offered an opportunity for Heretics to get back in this game.
Duelisnya di bottom frag dua-duanya guys, makanya berat bro. Duelis kan dibilang kan penting lah, coba di sebelah. Sebelah siapa yang killnya banyak? Duelis pas ini.
Sometimes it felt like again that was the right idea, but the execution just off. Now we see if they can dig deep here.
Yeah,
I love this from Minibu though.
They could do with some magic, couldn't they?
Oh, they need a bit. Ooh, Minibu caught a little asleep at the wheel there.
Well, he had to check
targets.
Yeah, he had to check multiple angles at once.
Benji's down on 5 HP. This is giving them a real chance at this. It's scrambled. It's Kaos on the site, but the Spike is left alone in showers. They can't get out yet. And calm before the storm. So close to one another. And it's Forsaken to strike first. And this is the ball they were looking for. Jing finding Boo. It ain't over yet. No security to be found here yet. Woot, Rien's the last 2 alive. Didn't expect it in this round.
Jing nggak mati kan ada ulti sih Jing.
Incredibly controlling lamps.
Sabar.
Showstopper online as well, but no health to work with.
All 3 here. Woot, how much you meant to do? That's 1. Takes a bit of damage. He's right. Oh, absolutely right. Something. What do you have for us now? You'd love to find someone, but you've been found yourself. And the options looking dreary, being herded, put into a corner.
Aduh, pelan.
Riens close by, ready to be the one to take one step further. 11 rounds now for Heretics.
I thought Paperrex had done it there, man. I thought that they'd managed, with that 2K from Jing, to take control that they needed to get the round out. And Woot somehow, as the Pressians just expect someone on that corner.
It's this.
There's so much damage, but it's this kill right here. Does he see
him? Yeah, there's just something there.
Oh, that's mad. That is absolutely mad. He gets the pick he needs and it opens the floodgates. Rifles back, but attack timeout. The second one used here for Paperrex. So now, last opportunity for the coaches to have any impact before a potential OT. And we may get there. It feels like a game that could have OT written.
Duelis kita nih harus nyala, guys. Susah nih kalau nggak nyala, bro.
Risk of being eco'd again. And they've already used a lot of those big ults that you would expect them to get the advantages on their attack side with. I think they're really
come on, man.
Heretics here.
I think so. I think that's a really fair assessment. And now we get to see a little bit more layering as well coming out from Heretics.
Nah, sebelah duelisnya nyala, bro. Kita malah turun gini duelisnya, bro.
For this here. No ults to bank on this time, though for Heretics. Still got Jings ready to go if there's the opportunity beckoning.
Taker soalnya guys, kalau duelisnya nggak nyala susah ini, bro.
Paperrex here clutching opportunities that simply weren't allowed, but again, Heretics handling them well. Go back in 9-11. Heretics feeling like maybe Lotus is a reality. That third map. We talked about
lihat duelisnya dua-duanya di atas, yang bawah duelisnya dua-duanya di bawah, bro. Susah, gengs.
Both had their fair share of heartbreak in the past.
Ayolah, come on lah, easy ini, sumpah ini bisa ini kalau mereka nyala berdua, guys.
To start the round over here for Team Heretics. Maybe just setting up for a flash horn at the beginning. Though it looks like Woot wants to take a peek. He's always got that gate crash to go and help Benji.
There's the flash, there's the horn. Gonna give away Jing's position, but mostly just gives Woot this deeper line, but it feels readable potentially.
I think it might have been an anti based on the fact that Jing likes to go down short with the showstopper. They might have been trying to put pressure early on and just make it a bit more readable. Jing doesn't really have the space now to go for that A exec.
Feels like they're putting this together. They're figuring out the plan, but you still have to deal with Woot. Dangerous on the corner. Pixel spotted. He's hunting it down. You can see the temptation, but forced away.
And now Jing's got that space to try to go in, but Forsaken calls them back. They've still got a double stack in Hookah to try to deal with. Could be Divine making this call. We've seen him.
Udah, Vai kalau dapat satu enak banget nih.
It was super impactful early on. Map 1. This is tough though to break.
Oh, dicek sih udah sih selesai.
And it looks a contact piece. Knows his lines, but in the grave nevertheless. Rien's comfortable on the corner. And the cavalry called in as well. Rotations on the way. Prowler up long.
Ya elah, getar banget sih.
Benji ain't gonna happen. Forsaken though, still alive and still a threat. Pop of the ult. Fights back on another. Benji's dead. It's a 3v3. But Miniboo getting interested. Traded out. Blow for blow, these two sides. Plant is in. Time on Paperrex's side.
Have to wait for Boo. Boo booking it to try to get into Hookah as quickly as possible. But that opens opportunities for Paperrex to go walkabouts. They're very separated currently.
Tuh, gua nggak suka nih, bro. Ini bisa lompat.
Gets a pick though. He has ult online, and the round is almost impossible to defuse.
They done enough. Paperrex done enough here. Heretics running low on time. Have to make a move, make a chance, and Jing called upon to potentially save Paperrex here. Around the houses we go.
Aduh, Jing! Apa sih? Getar mulu, Cok.
Heretics push on to 12.
He's been the best player in the server today, Woot. He's been
jelas
absolutely
banget,
on fire across maps 1 and 2.
Gitu mulu, Cok, dari tadi, Cok.
For Woot to win that. The wide swing onto Forsaken. And
elah,
Jing has to jump on him.
Shoot my head, bro. You need to shoot my head, not butt.
Oh. And all of that levity, the singing and dancing from Paperrex when they were up massively in the first half, it's got to be crushing out there. They've just lost 5 in a row. And going into Lotus, everything's stacked against them right now. They need 3 just to get it to OT. And it's Heretics who are the ones being proactive, making the moves.
Babi lah.
The contact duels.
Kalah mulu, bro, anjir.
Dari
kemarin kalahnya kalah mulu, Cok. Round penting itu udah round enak, guys. Tinggal nembak doang itu, guys. Nembak kepala udah menang itu, bro.
the line, trying to get the timing on the spam. It's curious. It's ahead of it.
Nggak nembak kepala atau nggak sih guys itu guys? Sumpah, nembak kepala udah menang.
Dangerous choices, but the right call and the right timing to fall away. Jing, bold in his approach, but then going to be marked, going to be noted here.
There's a massive pit as well. Waylay grabbing a ton of information and setting up Wu on the line.
Oh, it's falling to pieces for Paperrex. Getting no access here. Heretics in full control.
They have to go back into Benji Fishy's ultimate.
There. Last place you want to be going. What other option do they have now? Trying to clear the site as they go. Rien's putting down Devi. Just two left alive, and Heretics showing signs of life here in the rotation, but a prime position for Boo. Can he secure it now? Pac-Man still standing, but Mealy.
Sekocak tuh dua bro, mati early bro. Lihat.
Line gathered for Heretics. And that nightmare reoccurring now as Lotus is going to be map 3. We'll be back after this in just a moment.
Gitu mulu cok, kalahnya gara-gara nggak nyala terus guys, kalah aim terus. Harus sudah menang ini map guys. Astaga. Pusing nih gue, udah Lotus lagi babi. Masalahnya dua orang duelisnya belum nyala guys. Harus lihat mereka nyala sih, kalau nggak nyala bahaya bro. Kalau nggak nyala begini terus susah guys, bahaya banget bro, bahaya. It's so dangerous man.
Yang merugikan terdakwa, tetapi juga menghancurkan integritas sistem peradilan. Hal ini melanggar hak-hak konstitusional terdakwa, khususnya hak atas fair trial yang dijaminkan oleh prinsip separation of power. Kekuasaan eksekutif tidak boleh bercampur dengan fungsi judicial, yaitu berada di 6 Amendments, right to a fair trial. Attorney General tidak boleh menggunakan kekuasaan eksekutif untuk memperlakukan terdakwa dalam judicial dan bias secara struktural. Jika pengadilan membiarkan pelanggaran ini, itu berarti terdakwa tidak diperlakukan sama di bawah hukum. Sekali lagi, ku ingatkan, yaitu kekuasaan eksekutif tidak boleh bercampur dengan fungsi judicial. Bayangkan untuk para juri, sebuah pertandingan di mana seorang referee atau wasit juga adalah pelatih dari salah satu tim.
Momen sama persis kayak Jason sama Jing, tinggal ditembak kepalanya tapi nggak bisa kalah aim. Iya cok.
Dari awal. Itulah situasi yang
banyak yang kurang tenang gue lihat guys.
Saat ini. Your Honor, motion yang terakhir dismiss the entire case. Yang mulia, semua pelanggaran yang telah kami sampaikan sebelumnya, amendment, penambahan terdakwa tanpa prosedur, konflik of interest telah menciptakan prejudice yang tidak dapat diperbaiki. Oleh kerana itu, kami memohon agar pengadilan membatalkan seluruh perkara. We respectfully move to dismiss the entire case or alternatively to halt trial proceeding due to irreparable prejudice and violation of the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment. Yang mulia, semua motion ini adalah tentang melindungi integrasi pengadilan. Jika pelanggaran ini tidak diperbaiki, publik akan kehilangan kepercayaan pada sistem hukum. Seperti yang diajarkan oleh hukum kita, Yus Kuryol Norvit, hakim, dianggap tahu akan hukumnya. Demi keadilan, kami memohon agar pengadilan mengabulkan seluruh motion ini dan jika perlu, menghentikan persidangan sepenuhnya.
Arti apa Pak Maji?
Sudah selesai Mary Jane?
Sudah yang mulia.
Baik.
Berapa sih guys gue lupa guys bagi hasilnya guys 50-50 ya? Kemarin guys ya?
Dari perwakilan yang
Kodel.
ada
Ini kalau menang Manji bayar berapa kira-kira guys?
Yang mulia, poin housekeeping dari kami, pihak pembela dari Tyler Durden. Untuk saksi kami akan memanggil 2 saksi yang mulia, yaitu hydrogen peroxide yang merupakan Menteri Pertahanan, lalu Akai yang merupakan saksi negosiasi.
50-50 ya, 50-50 ya. Oke, kalau dapat sejuta nih Manji bayar sejuta kan, cuman keluar dikit. 50-50 gak sih?
Telepon ke Menteri Pertahanan, lalu video bukti pelanggaran janji negosiasi, dan juga video bukti penembakan saksi Akai yang pada saat itu dalam keadaan di borgol. Lalu
50-50 maksud gue guys, 50-50 pembagian kalau ini dia Manji bayar, ini harusnya
keterangan di investigation report
case pertama dia bayar sih harusnya.
Bahwa klien kami yaitu Pak Tyler Durden mengakui keterlibatannya dalam terorisme ini, yang dimana terdakwa itu hanya bertanggung jawab atas proses negosiasi. Lalu untuk evidence log 004 yang berupa foto yang mulia, itu dianggap tidak valid karena tidak membuktikan adanya aktivitas kriminal. Demikian dari kami yang mulia.
Baik, dari Mempoli ada tanggapan terlebih dahulu.
Apa ini bro?
Ada yang mulia.
Tidak ada?
Ada.
Oh ada, silakan.
Mempoli,
What
Mempoli.
have been mentioned
Mempoli
by
nih, bro.
Mary Jane just now, I wish to address dua motion yang mulai lihat di lawsuit dari defendant pertama hingga keempat di lembaran 12 hingga 13. Hanya 3 motion yang telah dicantum. Jadi I wish to reply on 2 motions only. Dan sisa motion terlebihnya tidak pernah dicantum di bawah lawsuit defense tersebut. Jadi untuk nomor 7 adalah motion to dismiss
pusing loh. Pusing loh, mampus lu
Very
Ji.
simple yang mulia. Motion to dismiss terhadap Zanagi Tenji harus ditolak. Pertama, wujud dakwaan didukung bukti digital yang jelas yang mana melibatkan Zanagi Tenji dan itu akan dibuktikan waktu sidang sebentar lagi. Dan yang kedua ada keterkaitan langsung antara posting Tenji dengan Ascent.
Pulang nih Bang Jo, nggak tahu, pusing gue.
Yang ketiga ada unsur-unsur actors dan juga mensrea yang telah dipenuhi. Jadi yang mulia untuk mengatakan kalau Zanagi Tenji itu tidak ataupun gagal mendapatkan due process of law, sewaktu arraignment kemarin udah saya nyatakan bahwa Zanagi Tenji dicantum sebagai antara 5 dakwa yang lain dan arrest warrant telah pun dikeluarkan seawal tanggal arraignment kemarin yang mulia. Dan saya juga meminta bahwa arrest warrant tersebut executed by LSPD by officer dan saya dimaklumkan bahwa penangkapan telah pun dilakukan. Justru mohon untuk motion untuk penolakan Zanagi Tenji sebagai terdakwa ditolak. Dan untuk yang kedua yaitu motion for recusal me as the Attorney General selaku prosecutor untuk kasus ini. Yang pertama yang mulia, it was not being raised ataupun tidak pernah dinyatakan sebelum ini seawal arraignment ataupun seawal parties di stage discovery yang
Bang, aku pusing bang, sama.
pun memberikan atau menyerahkan lawsuit seawal tanggal 26 September. Jadi, I believe it is only to delay
Gue nggak tahu nih kenapa bisa kalah bro.
untuk tiba-tiba mengatakan tentang motion for recusal.
Kenapa tiba-tiba Jason ganti senjata ya? Gue pengen tahu nih kenapa Jason emang senjatanya itu guys.
Just because I am an Attorney General, why you didn't mention about it before? Why you have to mention on the day itself? Yang mulia, itu yang saya mau tekankan. Terus yang untuk dari Pak Theo sebentar tadi ya, berkenaan log 0
intinya with Mary Jane we trust.
04. Bentar yang mulia. Untuk log 004, yes, I believe it's a photo,
Buset,
but
Bang Rio, ini bukan RP Seton
that's
lagi, ini
not
RP.
the only reason untuk dismiss Tyler Durden, maupun terdapat log-log lain yang melibatkan Tyler Durden sebagai salah satu terdakwa yang terkait dengan kasus ini yang mulia. So it is not relevant.
Lawyer juga ya, kalau ini lawyer juga ini lawyer.
Ataupun evidence lain yang telah pun tercantum di bawah
Semua
lawsuit
kena anjing,
yang mulia.
RP DOJ kena. Ini kena.
Terima kasih semua atas pendengaran ini. Setelah saya mendengarkan semua pembicaraan dari kedua belah pihak, baik dari jaksa dan public defense, maka Zanagi Tenji itu kita eliminasi di persidangan pada hari ini dan dia bakal menjalankan persidangannya tersendiri karena dia belum melakukan arraignment hearing juga, dan sisanya tetap berjalan di dalam persidangannya ini. Jadi untuk Pak Deosi untuk atas nama Zanagi Tenji bisa dibawa lagi ke dalam penjara dan tidak melanjutkan di dalam persidangan hari ini. Ada Deosi?
Anjing. Dipisah kasusnya.
Bisa dibawa ke Boiling Brook terlebih dahulu.
Anjing.
Silakan Pak Deosi atas nama Zanaki Tenji.
Zanaki Tenji?
Itu Maji. Beda. Zanaki Maji.
Ada.
Tenji nggak bangun.
Oh, Tenji nggak bangun ya? Tidak ada ya?
Nggak ada.
Oke. Berarti kita bisa lanjut sesuai dengan
needs to with the team. We can play back, hold areas down, and really punish people with these ops, with the headhunter, all the goodies that Chamber brings you.
Yeah,
Chamber lawannya, guys!
Resilience, not just in this map in this series so far, but in the previous game, really dragging it over the line. It's up to Paperrex now. The question is of them. Can they defeat their inner demons? This doubt at the back of their minds, just nagging at them.
Aku PTSD Lotus, guys.
Where they just lost that something as an individual that we're seeing on our screens right now.
Siapa yang PTSD Lotus,
guys? Can he gain confidence in the final moment in his team's hour of need?
And what we need to see from Team Heretics is probably a lot of what Fnatic was doing yesterday, and something that they also did on Bind. A lot of retakes. Look at having the deadlock, having the chamber enables you to just play for their styles. You don't have to fight that much when they're entering the side, and it's something that worked very well. Watch out, Paperrex. We've taken the Hobbit. Think also as well, Rians, I'm looking at you. I want to see the same that I saw yesterday from Boaster with the Odin from Tree. I want to see it from you. I want a Paperrex to have PTSD going into Lotus.
A couple of days ago, Paperrex defeated G2 Esports, and everyone thought that they'd be at the top of the mountain, but now they find themselves on the brink of elimination. Can Los Niños pull off a miracle? Let's find out and send it back over to Pansy Inside Show.
All on the line now. This is what it's about. Two very different positions to be in for these teams. The fact that Heretics brought it back in map 2, overcoming their woes.
Guys, takut, guys.
And not with them. It's Paperrex having to overcome a true living nightmare of facing this map for tournament life.
They obviously choked that 9-1 lead that they had, but the focus, not necessarily on the half where they were up 9-1, obviously the half where they couldn't get even
come on,
a
Jing.
single round.
Something. We need you. We need you this map, bro, please.
Something had
We need you, bro.
kills in that attack side. 0 and 10. He talked about the fact that recently hasn't been feeling confident in his recent matches. Doesn't really know why.
Angka 9 nih kenapa ya angka 9 ya, babi?
Well, this
Tadi kemarin angka 9 babi banget ya angka 9, tai kucing lah. Angka 9 nih.
Pressure on early, but they'll have gone over that game. They'll be feeling good about the adjustments.
And start. Paperrex though, making no quiet steps towards C. Happy to be loud about it.
One of the things they were self-critical of was the fact that they were going for so many just off-round execs. Go take mount control, immediately go C. This time, they go for that C default, but then open the door. Pressure anyone who might be pushed up towards B, like the chamber. Leave Divide to get info on the opposite side of the map. So Forsaken's got more options to work with. Options to go towards A, to pivot through that blue room.
But this is a dangerous man to be going towards.
Nice miss.
Early spot, doesn't stick around too long. Goes that next step.
Trip here to slow them down.
Nggak ada nembak. Bagus. Bagus. Slow down.
Springboard in, slowed down for sure, but not over-rotates yet from Heretics. Playing quite calm towards that CT side. Two different players now noted. They should have a good idea who's here. This early work from Woot, he's already dropped down. Both of them have, and it's a horrible surprise as Heretics ring the bells of Paperrex.
One enemy remaining.
And they're not stopping. It's Divide needed, and he can't.
Apa sih nggak aware guys di situ guys? Nggak aware, gue bingung cok nggak aware di situ ada 2 orang.
Was talking about on the desk. This is the style that Team Heretics would like to replicate.
Nggak aware guys, gue nggak tahu dah kenapa.
You put a bit of early pressure on them, find out where Paperrex are going, and then get back into the site with these retakes. And Paperrex just couldn't hold on. They lost 3 retakes on C, they lost 2 retakes on A. It was a nightmare. Even though they got in positions to get the plants down, they just couldn't convert. And this is going to be rattling around in their brain, because that is...
Apa ya nggak pernah aware cok? Ada spot yang nggak dicek bro sama sekali.
Beyond just the latest game, you look back to champs, you look back to those losing sour moments that have haunted these boys for a long time. It was on Lotus too. They have suffered here. The only way to overcome this is to fight through it. Not the start they would have wanted, but they can change their fate. As Paperrex now look to try and do something here. Not a great deal to play with. The Frenzy and a Sheriff on the other side.
Looks like a deliberately missed smoke here. Forsaken has something to pop out of, and Boo's got the read.
Although something able to slip ahead, should be dead here. He is. Decent enough, though, to get one. Heretics happy to allow them in the door.
They've got B locked off. They can take this fight.
Jing. Jing! Devi! Did you forget who you're facing, Heretics? You can't take them lightly. So now it's down on Woot and Rien's. A swift backhand to remind you the Paperrex are lethal every day of the week.
Rien's has to survive. Still
Can't
with
go
full
down.
util.
Oh! Okay, Batman, show me some magic here. 30 HP and 45 seconds, plenty of time. Woot on the other side. Safety found in the end, but my God, they made that one dangerous.
Incredibly so. In a manner in which was surprising, because Team Heretics felt like they completely isolated Jing on site. He just runs up on Boo, takes him out, and Devi gets played in through the smoke. This bonus round will have barely any sting whatsoever. I haven't said that. Woot with a headhunter, and they did keep an outlaw. Yeah.
Alright. Woot 4-0 lagi bro. Woot main bro. Gimana ya on Paperrex? Starnya main terus guys.
1-3-1 beginning. Sitting passive. Again, you're looking at the purchase. See, for Heretics, it is going to be pretty calm here. This, I guess you could call it bonus. It's Woot. A slightly more passive line. That's the shoulder. See decent.
Ya apa sih?
God, seeing more than just a decent amount of progress. Dropping the
Kayak gampang banget cok ngepick gitu bro, anjing lah.
Pivot through into B though. Open doors and an easy plan. But Boo can tap this connector, throw a paranoia through, and distract for the retake. Heretics want to play for those.
Yeah, not out of the woods just yet, even on the better weaponry, so they're sending Jing forward. Putting his body on the line, and he's alone. No help coming, but he doesn't need it right now. Finally put down and traded out. It's Forsaken still alive. You're looking at the pressure on the back lines, but it's late. Boo goes down, and it looks like they got this in hand.
Geter banget cok, geter banget tembakannya bro, bahaya banget Jing.
Bad Gravnet nade combo actually there from Heretics. Didn't go deep enough into the corner to catch onto Jing and put the pressure there in heaven. But I like from Paperrex that they're trying to push further, deeper in the post plan. Paranoia up through heaven allows Jing to fight for that extra space. We've been making a lot about this map as it...
Davai doang tuh yang nembakannya pedes bro.
The downfall of Paperrex and that 9-1 loss. But Heretics also just got brutalized out here.
Yes.
And one of the reasons was that they couldn't hold rubble control. So Paperrex should, on the attack side, be able to take this space whenever they like. They can get past the Gravnet, it does nothing.
Jing straight there again, not the first time we've seen it. Their last round too. Bit of a switch up though. Benji this time playing over toward A. Looking like a committed approach thus far. Swing on the door, drawing all eyes here. Blue room picked up by Miniboo. Danger on the door drop, gotta be careful, gotta be ready, and they're not!
Ya Allah.
You don't get to do that against him. A third
Ya Allah, apa sih?
Blue room painted red. Heretics leaving just two alive from Paperrex now. What can Devi and Forsaken do?
Percentage play would be the save in this spot, but Forsaken makes a play, and Devi actually with a 2K eventually shut down though.
Apa guys, coba lihat guys, apa coba?
To buy very well in the next. They had a couple of players with great money, and a couple without any, which is why those two guns towards the end could have been absolutely imperative for them. And yet they've chosen not to go for that. I mean, they had minimum loss bonus as well.
So much further.
So it still might have not been enough. Heretics immediately answer back.
Ayolah, masa begini mulu guys? Lotusnya diambilnya udah gini mulu bro.
From an important player.
Ayo dong, come on man. Top 4 lah minimal, masa mau habis juara langsung mau di top 6 bro.
Bad reason by any means, but Forsaken having something to say about the matter.
Lihat getar banget lah si Jing, getar banget tembaknya sih guys.
Take them too lightly either. Four in the corner and gonna be dead.
There go the brothers. Taken out instantly. And Miniboo with an ult to boot. The Thrifties were defining in getting Heretics back into bind. And here they might offer an opportunity for Paperrex.
This would be dreamy for them, wouldn't it? But this one. Ult there for Jing if required. Devi as well. Patman This is lovely. It's just lacking that weaponry on 2, but still, the open site to work for.
They found this timing pretty perfectly. Question is whether you want to take a little more aggression in the post plant. This is one of those spots where I don't think you need to. You have ults, you have free space, you have a player advantage.
Si something depan banget guys.
If they can keep it, or how long they can keep it.
Mati lagi di sini sih.
Cautiously.
Lihat kan? Di situ lagi Cok matinya Cok selalu Cok.
This is ridiculous stuff, and now something's position will be given away as will devise. Something tries to stand, he falls. It's just
lihat, dua kali mati di situ guys.
The two players fighting over towards pit go down in an instant, and one of them is Jing, who has an ult to try to stop the retake from happening. You can't be taking early duels like that.
Dua kali mati situ mulu bro, dua orang lihat.
He swings to trade Pac-Man, take the L, go back in with an ultimate, make them scared. Devi as well chooses not to use a Steel Garden in that situation. It just is too easy.
That's a timeout. That's a timeout right
Their post plants are a massive worry. They only got 2 rounds on the attack side of Bind, and that was, you know, they had a 7-5 half, got 2 rounds, and then at 9-7, they lose the plot completely. Heretics on the run back 6 rounds in a row. And again here on the attack side, this is where they lost to Fnatic. This was where they lost.
Come on, man.
What was it, 10 rounds in a row, I think, after a 9-3 half? Disgusting stuff.
And it has to be there, even in the back of their minds. I'm sure coaching staff, Minnie and Alex, both don't want that to become something they can't get rid of, they can't shake off. But these are echoes of those previous games.
Come on,
Bisa,
bro.
Already starting to show slightly, and some of these tendencies, some of these problems. And if you're Heretics, you're grinning ear to ear, man. This feels fantastic. Everything working well. Got Woot firing, Mini Boo looking solid.
Heretics already have more rounds than in their loss to Giants on Lotus. That was a 13-3. They got pasted. So this is a fantastic beginning. An opener that's showcasing that they can play this retake style and put a lot of pressure onto Paperrex.
Make it count now, Paperrex. Coming out of this timeout, you got ults. You got a decent buy yet. Jing on the judge. Doesn't worry me too much. Actually going over to the Bulldog instead.
Last time Jing had a buy like this, they went for a C exec, he double blast packed into a smoke. But that was the start of the downfall.
The change up here, however. Looking to show an early interest towards that B side. Pressure door, TP out.
They can't stop the door from being open. But it's dangerous to try to break this wall out here. From a safer position, they do break one of the smaller limbs of it, so they threaten across. Benji, still with an annihilation, can put a lot of pressure and save a lot of time for rotates to come through, help to arrive. All about the ults this round to me.
Yeah, and that blue door rotation last time. Oh, it's Mini Boo straight away. Can he catch him scrambling? Gonna be hard to find a target here. Might just post it towards tree, see what he finds. Oh, he's chasing this one. He wants to go further, but he finds Jing. Big scalp to claim. That's the showstopper gone. The reaction is required. Benji invests or gets the catch as well. Forsaken looking to be kidnapped. Benji trying to fall back somewhere safer. And it's just ults on ults now. Come back out though. Pac-Man gonna find Benji before he had any say in the equation. Boom. Does work on one, but it's gonna be down to a 1v2. Woot's still alive and 2 men to find. Devi on guard.
Nice buy.
He will not let Pac-Man fall. Paperrex still in this.
Heretics got so much space off the back of those ultimates. Paperrex battle back. They were forced to take risks. I really like the push from Pac-Man. He goes up and around a smoke to be able to catch a backstab timing. Attempt at the outplay there from Jing.
30 seconds left.
But in the end, more of a scrap on the site, less of that standard retake setup.
Davai doang lagi yang main bro.
Thrive in the chaos.
Davai doang yang main guys, bahaya nih guys.
Both duelists still with ultimates to play around. They've been taking these openings to the round a little slower and giving themselves options. This one might be all in.
It's going to be divided. Hard to make this work. Jing, got to make it over. No, he's stuck. This is looking like a disaster. What do Paperrex do now? Finally making it through, but it's not going to have the same sort of punch to it, but at least they have the sight.
But all of the retakers around, putting the pressure on early. Heretics are going to be here almost as the plant goes down.
Yeah, this is very, very early. Paperrex have been playing on the site itself. Only one disconnected away, being Divide. Can they win out the scrap?
Aduh, getar banget guys, anjing loh.
Something goes down on the front
Babi.
lines. Benji rewarded. Find those next steps up though. Pac-Man replies, it's not simple stuff just yet. Forsaken sends the paranoia and gives them time to turn, but Divide falls to Boo on the back line. That should be the pressure from Door. You can see the discomfort.
Ya, anjir.
Forsaken has to look left, look right. Jing's still standing. Batman as well. 2v2. Pac-Man playing it forward.
Nice.
It's fantastic. Great work from him. Leaving just Boo alive.
Nice.
Got bullets to play with. But there it is. Time's gone. Paperrex. I mean, getting the scraps they kind of wanted.
Pac-Man's the savior again. After the play that he made in the previous round,
Batman Dark Fight doang yang main hari ini guys. Anjir, Jason biasa aja. Makanya susah banget guys dari kita menang, tau gak kenapa susah? Karena duelisnya lagi nggak good performance, bro.
Look at these shots.
Just about everywhere, wasn't he?
Yeah, the fight on Miniboo is difficult to hit as well. He's flying out on a big wide swing.
Let's go guys, we can do this, man.
That one, and I don't really like the way that they approached it.
We can do this, mate.
Very
Yes,
all in.
mate.
Jing got stuck. They needed a hero, and Pac-Man, the newest player to the roster, was him.
Might be the cure to their woes, but a challenge is Boo. Feeling brave and up to the fight, but he gets found by something.
Nah, gitu dong something.
Quick
Nah.
reaction from Paperrex. As Heretics throwing everything on the line here. Hold on, pre-ends. Not bad
Nice.
at all, but not good enough. Paperrex gonna survive.
Perangin aja kalau kuat mah.
What a crazy fight to take.
Babi lah.
Heretics throw down the deadlock wall, and Paperrex just press their noses up against it. Faces against the glass, shooting bullets through it. But the first serious attempt here that we're seeing for Team Heretics to try to win a rubble fight, and even with their utility finding some level of value, they still lose it. And this is what was killing their defense side against Giants. And they're still not finding any value.
Nah,
in
4
this
sama
area.
bro, lihat bro.
Paperrex can take rubble whenever they want.
Looks to be exploited again. This won't be the first nor the last. Is there anything now to stop them? Jing again, making this look oh so simple. Woot though, looking to try and find the players behind. Stays just that second longer, but will have to fall away. They are fast to this.
Kenapa dia?
Looks like they might want to pivot.
Low, tiba-tiba low gitu bro.
The blue room.
There.
Got Pac-Man with an ultimate to give them information and take away audio cues on B.
Oh, look at this paranoia. Didn't quite get around the corner in time, but Boo still going to be standing guard. It's Jing's paint shell to do the damage.
Nice banget, Jing!
Cracking in towards the B site. The plant looking likely. No ult to be able to bank on for Heretics, so plant in play. It's a 3v5.
You can't lose control of this one. And in fact, Heretics look like they might just be giving it up. That's the kind of round that Paperrex never put together, not one single time against Fnatic. They tried to B pivot only once,
Kopi ke
and they
Milo.
didn't even have anyone coming from the other direction.
Kopi ke Milo,
Here,
kenapa,
it's perfectly
Ci?
synced up between Pac-Man and the players coming through blue room. The value from the ultimate, the nade kill, the prowlers in your face, the timing is all put together. A much better performance here, showing that they've learned the lessons of that catastrophic failure yesterday.
Wood 1 HP bro.
It hasn't been much time between. These are still fresh wounds. But able to
Duitnya
adjust
banyak
this
banget sih
well
nih, enak
here
nih.
is a fantastic sign for them. Taking the lead up to 5. Heretics gonna be asked a couple of questions now. Can they adapt?
Lagu
back?
tuh,
Can they
Kopi
find a way
ke Milo.
to
Apa lagu
handle
itu?
this?
Kopi ke Milo. Lagu apa Kopi ke Milo?
Those opening moves from Paperrex are starting to look good here. Starting to look a bit more comfortable.
Well, they've also put pressure on the
Well,
Heretics
being OP
economy, which
something ya.
means
Oh.
that they can't go
Hah?
towards
Mas something
something
pakai OP
like
ya?
an Odin as easily. The Odin across from Tree, Kakuka was again talking about it on the desk.
mulai ini guys,
That
mulai
was
bangkit
something
ya.
that Boaster was doing immaculately. And they had so many troubles dealing with it. I'm sure that they've got a game plan to try to navigate that if Heretics pull it out. But at the moment, especially if you can't fight for rubble control, you kind of need something like that. The big 1-2 combo that was killing Paperrex is the Odin spam from Tree, and then Kayak taking peeks from that blue door. And we haven't really seen that game plan coming out
Mari kita
the same
berdoa.
way again here from Heretics. They're not going to have the funds, as I said, to go for the Odin. So more of it comes down to Woot trying to get on aggressive lines. And the chamber...
Kan nggak denger nadanya nggak bisa. Kan aku tahu nadanya.
But it doesn't have the same freedom.
Lagi stres nih otak nih. Mepet gini skornya ya.
A little bit more choreographed in application, but at this point, I need a timeout for Heretics. You don't want to let that pendulum swing because Paperrex, that momentum, when it gets behind them,
Rambut sampai belakang ini, guys.
stronger. And it has been that kind of Pac-Man display, getting them back on track. Devi, consistent backbone of this side. A big adjustment here, and it could be a brawl right off.
Davai 9, 8, 6.
Combo.
Oh, Jason bau kah?
Paperrex have to be on guard here.
Gila banget Jason.
Leaving it a second.
Kalau gue yang in sih kayaknya gue ada.
Scramble, get away. Pac-Man gonna take a lot of damage. How did he live? I have no idea. I actually have no idea how he got away with that one. But they did lose one in the process. Forsaken did go down.
Forsaken's having a bit of a rough game here, 3 and 8.
Paperrex
Focus on calling the better squad.
Ooh, but that's not bad at all. This pivot towards B has been a great get out.
Aduh, tak mati loh, babi.
Good fact finder looking a little bit deeper there and sending Rienz away barely alive. I like this from something a bit audacious, sure.
Kanan sih.
Something to secure you this comfortable post plant, but his teammates fallen.
Aduh sing. Satu ting lumayan ting.
As Boo battling back for the boys. Just Devi and Pac-Man, the two who've been exceptional for Paperrex to this point.
The push from Pac-Man is really nice. Threw a C's to block off the waterfall players and now goes up towards Boo.
Somewhat behind them, and Devi still standing strong. Rienz was the walking wounded earlier.
Ada waktu.
And again, the danger duo doing exactly what Paperrex need, leading by example in this game.
Sick 4v5
Gila. Paperrex sudah gila.
In a post plant setup,
Buset,
looking to go
Jason.
forwards always. Whether it's something, and yeah, you're right, it was a bit
Gak
sloppy
mati
on the
dia.
game, or whether it's Pac-Man
How?
putting resistance in one area, then sprinting into another. I've been really impressed with Pac-Man so far. I think he is stepping up just when his team needs to stay in the tournament. To make it
Buset,
to the big
dapai
arena,
12-5,
play under
bro.
the brightest lights.
Angkel menyala dari tadi, emang Angkel nih lagi harinya, bro.
Oh, going back in repetition, hoping for a different outcome this time. And it's noted. Mini Boo gonna be considered here, and it's on a weaker purchase, even harder to make count. Devi has been monstrous.
Dapat ini bos, senggol dong.
Onto Boo, a low buy round for Heretics. So Devi probably not incentivized to use his ult in this one.
Tak ada orang. Plan-nya ya. Tak ada orang.
Oh, it's wonderful to see for Devi again.
Tak ada orang. Ayo, tak ada orang.
Hard to pick one from the litter, but again, he is having a moment here. Heretics
Dua
can
Renmek.
try and make this count. Those weaker weapons, Stingers, Sheriffs, odds and ends. Pac-Man on duty, on site, not allowing much of a look back here.
I'd like to see somebody doubled up with Pac-Man. He might end up getting double, triple swung in this spot. And yeah, they go for the high-low, something underneath.
Not bad, but the paranoia is sharp. It's in the right place. Gonna force them to try and flee. Take him back towards water. Horn goes in, Flash comes out. A bit of a trade-out, gets messy. Boo gonna find his connection towards Jing, but still that backline is there. Devi part of it, still firing. Forsaken! It's Paperrex finding stability. It was been an explosive round.
OP dapai, OP something masih. Tergantung ya, something kalau lagi panas OP-nya kayak tai loh, hati-hati bro.
To be able to play around that steel guard online for Devi, who's got 14 kills across the 11 we've played so far. He and Pac-Man have been imperative to this level of success. And I think Heretics need to be able to put
Oke, pede, udah enak nih, Ulti apa? Ulti. Ulti udah dapai, ulti.
But it may be Woot who finds that early contact. Paperrex looking for a mount default again.
All the pressure now. Shot does not connect as he'd dream. Has to fall away here. A real predicament. There's no further investigation from Paperrex. Happy to leave it at that.
They've got massive ults. Jing with that mount control gets himself an ult orb, showstopper online. And Woot knew where he was going. He was brilliant.
Bang, dicariin Paji bang. Ada TB, gengs. Ada TB, gengs.
Odin v Odin. Who can get more value? You don't normally
Hancur, anjing.
How practiced is he with it?
We also wanted the support as well from a similar character of what Kayak was doing, right?
Yeah.
Get that support system in play. As it stands a bit on his own, you can see the mini is getting a bit closer here. Maybe this is the combination we were waiting for, playing behind the smoke, sent scrambling by the paint shell. They are still stepping this way. Minibu getting forced away. Paranoia coming in. Still Garden coming out as well. Benji Playing this calm though.
He's still got the ult to be able to play around.
It's a worrying sound to hear.
Nggak mati.
Riens, you are out of your mind. The 4 HP ain't much to be writing home about. Paperrex still alive and breathing, still on the site.
Who's next? An incredible recovery after essentially aimbot comes out from Riens. A 3v3, but the spike can't go down. 10 seconds. Forsaken's got to create an opportunity.
10 seconds left.
Trying. It's on Mini Boo. Oh, the wide run from something.
Nice.
As Boo has to face this on his own. A 1v3.
Kena ditembak kalau begini udah enak banget, guys.
And Paperrex have got to be feeling this now. Checks behind.
Bila OP pasti cabut.
We can see where they reside. Oh, and it doesn't get anything. 8-4. Have they Have they done enough for you? Is this enough after what we saw before?
It feels like it, doesn't it? After 7 rounds in a row, they are the ones with momentum. This
telepon gue lagi nggak di kota, guys.
Spectacular, and yet they're the only players who drop. Paperrex with perfection in the rest.
It's all possible. We'll be back after the half.
Why are we pushing? Man!
Angka 9 penentuan, Bang. Angka keramatnya angka 9 babi nih. Pas attack, Bang. Ini defend, Bang. Ya, ini defend bisa sih, Bang. Kayaknya bisa, guys. Defense, guys. Aman, guys. Aku nak tanya nih, musuhkannya macet tokopedia.
Could have picked out Divine or Pac-Man because they were both sublime. Look at the damage done to Woot as well. Massive shutdown in the Sentinel versus Sentinel matchup. And Paperrex have been great at pistol rounds too. If they put another on the board, it's actually Heretics that we need to be looking at and asking all of the questions about the big crumble.
Batman 100, Bang. Iya, guys.
And you heard the stress in the voice of Weber after one of those late rounds.
Bisa nggak itu lakannya 8, 8B baru 10.
Tough times now. But at this point, there's no easy games. There's no easy rounds. There's nothing easy about this. And it's all deserved. It's all hard fought for.
Sebenarnya first HT ke TH, HT babi.
There's only one outcome. But the chance is still there. 4 rounds is enough, but it's not a lot. They've got to come out swinging here.
Woot looking to try and take some space.
Kalau kena sih itu dia nembak sekali. Nice, 50.
And he's the defender that's going to get pressured early on. Still with a gate crash, opens the door. That would be the timing to try to get the fight on him.
Leaving that quite late. And this man's dangerous from this position.
Kenapa lompat, bro?
Look at
Kenapa
the
lompat, bro?
damage he just took.
Yeah, big headshot. C-site open. And Woot always with an option to return back in that direction. This would be so bold to take a peek here on 3 HP.
You just can't. You just can't. You're going to have to give up the site. Heretics, they take, I don't want to say full control. They don't quite have that CT security yet.
Nade, Haunt, Paranoia, so many tools for Paperrex to flood.
They're going back in. They want this back. You don't get to take this away from us. And Divine loves it. It's Riens still alive, though. Barely. 10 HP. Woot's still
Santai.
here, but that spike is deep within control of Paperrex. Oh,
ngapain?
what a hit from the gods! Pac-Man turns around and is back on. Rien's desperate to do it for the boys. But Jing on the other side, a big 1v1 toying with him. But Jing still standing his ground, 2 bullets. More than enough.
Nice!
He's got it, Jing stands bold against Woot, against Paperrex, a critical
Kosan gimana kok? Si P tahu nih berak liburan dia.
Paperrex is what eventually gets them the win. They are so ready to go for that C retake with massive
Lihat
amounts
belakang dia bro ya.
as the plan, as the push is coming in. It does get very scrappy in the final moments because Rien makes that insane play, the read to go and push Waterfall. But it's devastating. That's the 8th round in a row here, lost for Heretics. And that's how they're going to be
9 guys.
Paperrex have earned it, but that they have failed to capitalize.
This is devastating stuff for Heretics. Going to be feeling every second
Lo
of
langsung
this.
kena bom tuh bro.
Probably going to have to suffer through this one as well. Facing 10 rounds against you more than likely. Slow down on approach towards B, but a chance. Mini Boo on his own, waiting for that wall to drop. There's no help coming. Yet at least. There's something going to lean into the matter. A little bit of a flash and a little bit of a push.
Nice
Sets
one.
up Forsaken. Finds
Nah, itu
another.
lagi di C.
Paperrex on the hunt. Desperate to close down on Benji, who is on the run. A 1v4 needed. Howard near on double his kills here. But he does get past the first. The second, a chance. Oh, he's fighting hard for this. Giving it everything he's got. And a chance again, 2 more bullets. It falls. Paperrex fighting for
Babi, itu hampir clutch
Not
bangsat.
going down without a fight.
It's a great try from Benji, who hasn't really been able to find his
Babi,
value in this
babi.
match so far. He'll be looking for moments like that to stamp his mark on the game.
Angka 9 emang bangsat ya.
As the game stands, as the map stands.
Itu bisa
down
clutch
by
bro, sumpah
6.
itu bro. Kalau Jason tadi mati udah menang, bisa menang gitu.
Lost here, and Paperrex at least with a bad buy. Heretics must win this.
Itu kan 9 pick terlewat.
They have any hope of being able to continue into the Accor Arena. They need this round. Could be a brawl over here on Mound as well. Heretics looking to default in that
Oke,
kind of
tenang,
area.
relax, santai aja dulu.
Paperrex looking to be disruptive, looking to do what they do best, get under the skin.
Nice! Nice, Jason, nice!
Forsaken. Fantastic stuff here.
Well, you have to be ready for that play. It's one that Paperrex runs on their light buy rounds so often. And Heretics, in the midst of the chaos, forget.
Aduh, udah apa yang mati
Remembering
bro.
though to catch Defy on that little bit of a peak, however. So at least a small bit of silver lining to be had. But it ain't much. That's not bad though. Trying to force Forsaken away.
Benji played for the Orb, Annihilation online, after his great attempt in the Eco previously. But they may need that ultimate to be able to get through.
Udah menang orang tuh
Guardians and a rifle on
jadi.
the other side. Something on a very deep line at Rubble. The flash, by the way, put on the floor from Devi, not available for them in this round,
B-nya
but
nggak dicek
usually
jaga, bro.
they're big key to getting back into retakes.
The impact of that missing now.
Yeah, and no paranoia for Forsaken, so this is going to be a tougher retake than usual on B.
Great for Heretics. They need something like this. Still got to keep these boys quiet, keep them cool. Something getting curious. We saw he was the one pushed up towards Rubble.
Ya elah, getar dia.
Benji, good work. Flatmen gonna find a reaction though and start making this feel dangerous. It's a 3v2 suddenly. The ult has got to catch. It's what they needed to maybe make this feel equal, but Rien's now starting to feel pressured against the odds again. Rien's has to go above and beyond here. He can't do it alone. And Paperrex look untouchable.
Forsaken has robbed them, jumping into the smoke with the classic up. That was a straight up 1v1. The Annihilation had caught onto his teammate. Set up by this Flash Hawk combo for the first. That Ascent play, the rest, excellent.
Last player standing.
God,
and
look
the
at that.
push into Riens, who's been, again, the consistent pillar for Heretics. Forsaken can feel it. This is a complete reversal of what happened to Paperrex yesterday. They are in control. They have the momentum. Heretics against the ropes.
Will only take a couple more punches and it might be knockout. Heretics Literally back.
Aduh!
But come out swinging. Forsaken still standing though. The master of their disaster in just the previous. They do much more. It's Pac-Man this time. They all want to go at it. Heretics can't breathe right now. It's simply
Jason nih bos.
from Paperrex.
Jason nih bos.
12 rounds to their name. Barely touched.
It's incredible the heights that you can get from both of these teams, but we knew it at the beginning, both capable of those mental collapses too. It's extraordinary that we haven't had more one-sided maps in this series, actually, with that being the identity of both squads, but here it's a smackdown. Heretics can't breathe. The pressure, the bright lights, too much, and 4 Guardians. Barely a sniff of hope.
The last chance here for Heretics. Do you want to go down like this?
Kasih tau Fi, Bantai Fi.
The whimper. Paperrex foot on the throat at this point.
Cing, hancur babi.
Towards side, but in their way, Devi. Been brilliant. Unison with him, not alone. Something there. Stands his ground. Gonna be hunted though. Something. So much pressure on him.
Sendirian banget
Maybe we're
udah
gonna
Fi.
take away Devi. This is not the same sort of start here. Heretics putting everything
Ulti ada berapa? Ada 2, Padman sama Forsaken, ulti TP.
Gobbling up all of the space behind. So despite the fact they're in a 4v5, plenty of chances to close things out here.
Certainly could. TP back to Boo, trying to find some safety. The map gets smaller. Paperrex smothering them alive. Heretics cannot breathe. It's all on Benji. And what can one do?
Baby!
Absolutely nothing. Paperrex.
Lihat tuh bro.
Vanquishing their
Ini Paperrex yang gua kenal bro.
They couldn't have won in a better way here today, Lauren.
Gila bro, dirusuhin jing.
And a team that looked like favorites coming into champions, into the Accor Arena.
Nice.
Scary team to face in that lower
Itu dari kemarin coba. Kan enak ya main kayak gitu guys.
Unfortunately, more of the same for Heretics, isn't it? Big moments, huge matches.
Gila bro. Congratulations guys, one more. Tuh pindah stage ya.
They fall short in epic fashion once again. They're always on the brink.
Masih main lagi nggak sih besok atau udah Jumat guys pindah stage guys? Jumat, Sabtu, Minggu, Jumat.
It's got to feel devastating for them.
Udah pindah
That's a hard loss there. Especially when it feels possible. Sometimes.
Thank you guys ya, arigatou gozaimasu. Sampai jumpa di kota. Sampai jumpa again. Bye bye guys, let's go. Kota. Sampai jumpa di kota. DRX atau MI biar bang, kayaknya DRX bro. DRX